What's up, Brooklyn Squad? Today we are covering Nathaniel White. Baby, when I tell you this is creepy because he was a serial killer in my city. Not in Brooklyn, but where I live right now. Let's get into it. So welcome to Brooklyn Squad, real life drama, real life crimes. I got my girl Katie. Hey Katie with the baby. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and join us. Yes. Honey, because we got to talk about some things. There's going to be some changes around here too, y'all. More changes. You know, it's always changes sometimes, but it's going to be some more changes. And it's for the good because we have to protect I have to protect my brand. I have to protect my brand. Okay? But for now, hit that subscribe, hit that like, and join us because, honey, this will get very deep because Robocop made him do it. Robocop. I wish I would tell somebody Mickey Mouse made me do it. Bugs Bunny made me do it. Donald Duck might have made me do it. But Robocop made him do it. Nathaniel White, handsome, very handsome, adorable, ladies catch man. Loved to play basketball with the fellas. He wasn't an NBA guy, no. He just liked to play basketball in the hoops. You know what I'm saying? He'd be in the basketball, doing his thing in the hoops and stuff, with the boys and shit like that. He had a girl. I think she was his wife and his kids. You would never know that he was a serial killer. You would never know. If I'm not mistaken, Nathaniel was in his 20s or 30s. 32 or 23, around there. We're going to find out though. I forgot what age range, but he was young. He was very young. And I'm going to tell you how I found out about him. I was living in a shelter when I first moved here. And the staff that worked at the shelter, and this is before I met Dave, this is before anything, this is before I got my apartment, this is before anything, this is before I had a job, this is before anything. This is before my addiction days, this is before anything. This is when I first moved out here to upstate New York from Brooklyn. from the city. My district attorney, the DA, sent me out here. And she said, we have a place for you to go upstate. And I was like, why y'all sending me? I'm going to say upstate because y'all would never know the city I live in. Why are you sending me there? I never even heard of that place. I don't even know. Like, I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from Manhattan. I'm from the Bronx. I'm from, like, what? What y'all sending me there for? What the fuck? That she's like, because Grand Rising Queen, she's like, because there's no other places for me to send you. And since I didn't have family, but my daughter was still in the city, it was just hard. I was homeless, didn't have a place. Um, I was in an abusive relationship out there. And it wasn't an abusive relationship. Me and him got into a scuffle, but they made it more than a scene. So my ex-fiance, they had locked him up for like overnight or two while they figured out that what they was gonna do to me. And because I didn't have nowhere to go, they sent me all the way from Bronx to Manhattan, where I was at, to upstate New York to a shelter. So that's how I finally found myself up here. When I get to the shelter, this is when I found out that there was a serial killer up here. Because the staff that I was with in the office, because I'm a cool chick, like I vibe with everybody. That's why I don't understand why bitches be trying to play me and bitches be trying to take advantage of me and try to do slick shit like I'm blind and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because like I'm cool with everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm a vibe. You know what you feel me? So I'm I'm chilling like with the staff and stuff like that, and we just in the office because in the okay, so in the shelter that I was living in, right, you got two units, right? There's the men's unit and then you got the families unit, right? Now the families unit is for you, your spouse, and your children. And if you just single with no kids too. The men's unit is just the men. That's it. You know? So I was on the family unit where, hey Neva, hey girl, hey boo boo. So I was on the family unit where it was just like they had their man or they had their kids, and then there was some that was single. You feel what I'm saying? Yo, Neva, this is crazy how I had a serial killer in my city. I never, like, nobody ever knew about this. I never talked about this. Never, 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 never talked about this. And I have a story of another serial killer that was in another city right next to me, too. I'm going to talk about next video. But I'm going to show y'all clips and everything, but I just want to get it started a little bit. Right? So, this is crazy, y'all. So I'm sitting there with the staff, right? And it's an office and it's where you get your toiletries and your oh, I'm sorry. Um that was one of my authors, one of the people. That's cray cray, right, Neva? She's like, that's cray cray. Girl. But let me finish telling y'all. Okay, and then we're gonna get into the video. Because people made a video. I didn't know that this was on Lifetime. Not Lifetime. This was on oh my God, what is that? what is that when they show all the serial killers and stuff like that? It was on one of those channels, but I didn't know that people made content about him. That shocked me. So I was like, oh my God, I gotta show y'all this. Yeah. The ID channel. Yes. Yes, girl. And there's another channel also. But yeah, the ID girl. But let me finish telling y'all. So, oh, okay. I was reading. I'm looking at two different things because somebody just messaged me and I'm looking at something over here. All right, so let me tell y'all. So I can't wait to show y'all the video. So I'm so, oh my God, I can't, but I couldn't even believe this. So there's the office, right? And you get your toiletries in there and the staff is in there. So I don't know if y'all ever been in a shelter before, but you have a staff that works days, that works the nights, that works different hours to watch the unit. Well, this one lady was in there and she was mad cool. She was in her 20s. She was in her late 20s, I would say, or early 30s. I would say early 30s, early 30s. And I was sitting in there and we also had like not a balcony, but like a terrace there where you could go out there and smoke. So I was just about to go out there and smoke, but I had went inside the office to talk to her about something. I forgot what it was. So I was just in there chilling with her and stuff. Cause I'm a body. Like I vibe with people. I just vibe with people. Y'all know once I talk, I just talk and I vibe. Like when I met Neva, regardless on what happened, I vibe with Neva. You know what I'm saying? When I met Kathy B, or like I still vibe. I vibe with anybody. You know what I mean? So I was vibing with the staff and stuff. Thank you, Neva. I was vibing with the staff and stuff, right? And honey, when I tell you, yo, when she said like this, I can't remember. Yes, we do vibe, Neva, and I enjoyed it. Um, she said, I can't remember like the words exactly because I'm gonna be honest with y'all. If I could say how many years this was that she told me this, I've been with Dave almost 10, 15, 20. We talking over 20 years now, I believe. But I will never forget the thing she said. She said she was at a club one day, right? Because she said, we had a serial killer out here, right? And I said, what? Where? Because, I just moved out there. So I'm like, what? Where? And she's like, no, he got locked up already. She's like, I met him at the club. I said, you met a serial killer at the club? And she was like, yeah. She said, girl, let me tell you. She said she was at this club. It's this bar thing. It's this bar that everybody used to go to. And I was going to say my city, where I live at, right? And everybody from the block will go there and they would have, it's not a club, it's a bar, but they have music there. You know what I mean? And you would get your little dance or whatever. And he came to her and said, can I get a dance? And she said, nah, I'm okay. And he called her all type of bees. Yo, he called her every name out the, he say, oh, F you, you F and B. And he was just like so disrespectful. So she was like, so she finished her drink, she said. And when she got in her car, she noticed that he was following her. She said, girl, when I got in my house, I locked my door so fast. When she looked, it could have been her. It could have been her that would have been killed. She did not know that she was in the damn club bar, I say bar, club, whatever you want to call it, with a serial killer. His name was Nathaniel White. Check this out. Now we're getting into everything.
In 1987, the box office hit Robocop provides audiences with action-packed violence and extreme gore.
The original Robocop was incredibly violent. There was a ton of blood used. It was a bloodbath.
But for one
This is
obsessed
giving me
fan,
creepy chills.
Robocop is more than a violent movie franchise.
Ooh.
You slit her throat now!
It's a lesson on how to become a serial killer.
The first
That's him.
girl that I had killed was from a Robocop movie. So I did exactly what I seen on the movie.
In his deadly path, a series of copycat crimes will shock and devastate a small New York town.
He wasn't concerned about anything but what might make him feel good or what might help him work off some of his rage.
And just like the Robocop villains he idolizes, this killer just keeps coming back for more.
He's never taken blame for anything in his life. Some people wonder if there are more bodies out there.
Those women were toys as far as he was concerned. At least that's how he treated them.
Now, let me stop and we're going to play everything. We're just going to continue without barely stopping. But I still got to stop a little bit because, you know, Robocop, because he watched Robocop so much, he was reacting on what Robocop was doing. I do too. Y'all giving me creep vibe. Oh my God. Y'all don't know. I'm getting chills right now. Oh my God. Because you said that, Neva, I'm going to tell you something. Okay, hold on. Let me just go back a little bit. Oh, I can't believe I never told y'all this story. Okay. He was saying, he was reacting what Robocop was doing. That's why they said Robocop. He said Robocop made him do it. He was reacting everything. The bodies that they found was on the same trailer that I would take the bus on. And wait a minute, was he even locked up? Wait a minute. Oh, shit. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me think. Yeah, I do think he was locked up that time that I did move out there. Because she said he was a serial killer. He had just got locked up. When I moved out there to out here, when she told me that, he had just got locked up. His bodies, he was dumping bodies on the train tracks. I would take that route to catch the bus to go to my programs and stuff like that. He was dumping them on the train tracks, y'all. Let me finish. I'm not even going to tell you his first victim. Now, this was a handsome young man, right? He was playing basketball with the fellas in the park. Nobody never knew he had a wife and kids or a girlfriend and kids. Like, nobody ever knew this man was a monster. He would do what he do and go right back home with his girl and baby. Like nothing. Oh my God. But there's another serial killer that my friend escaped from, and I'm going to tell y'all that on another live. Not my friend. She was my associate, because you got to be careful when you say friends. She was my associate. She escaped from him. But that's another live. But yeah, but this is crazy. The other one is more sickening also. But yeah, let's get into it though. Let's get into it. I can't believe I didn't tell y'all these stories. And I cover crime. I covered so much crime, it slipped my mind,
During the
you know?
summer of 1987, Orion Pictures releases Robocop, a futuristic action movie considered by many to be the most entertaining film of that year.
The first Robocop was huge. It was one of the goriest films that had come out for that time. It had blood and guts, and they mixed in some humor as well as commentary on society.
The character of Robocop, played by Peter Weller, is Detroit's answer to stopping crime.
Robocop could be summarized as a terminally wounded cop who is resurrected as a cyborg to bring justice to the streets.
The film becomes a cult classic in Hollywood. It's given 2 sequels, a reboot, and even a television show.
Audiences connected with Robocop on a very large level. I think that might be because it had these tones of Christianity in a way. He is killed immediately, and then there's this resurrection, and the city is given hope as he goes out dispensing justice.
While most fans of the film cheer on Robocop, one viewer falls in love with the movie's villains. 32-year-old Nathaniel White has an appetite for the brutal on-screen violence.
He wanted those personality traits. Those were the traits he could relate to. The need to kill, the lack of empathy, the inner rage, the need really to annihilate another human life.
The first girl that I had killed was from a Robocop movie. I seen him cut somebody's throat and then take the knife and slit him down the chest and the stomach and left the body in a certain position. And that's was the first person that I killed. I did exactly what I seen on the movie.
While growing up in upstate New York, Nathaniel White seems to have all the characteristics you could ever want in a child.
Nathaniel was from a working-class family of 5 kids, so money was tight. For Nathaniel, he was always known as the basketball player. This is one individual who never had any behavior problems. He was never known as a bully or someone to be feared. Basically, always a nice kid.
But Nathaniel's innocent childhood is short-lived. When he's just a young boy, he encounters a traumatic event when his parents leave him in the care of his babysitter.
Oh.
Reportedly, he was molested. Following that incident, he was never the same. Because they believe in a child's mind, because of their involvement, that they must have done something to make this happen, and that they allowed it to happen.
Nathaniel doesn't tell anyone about the attack. Instead, he suffers in silence.
Sexual assault can have a long-lasting, traumatic effect on the victim. And children leave that assault with many, many, many different emotions.
I didn't
One of
know
which
that part.
is tremendous guilt and fear, and they're afraid to talk about it.
As Nathaniel gets older, he desperately tries to connect with women.
There's this sense of disbelief. There's this sense that people are not genuine, and it penetrates all aspects of their social interactions.
Nate didn't give the appearance of a gangster. He wasn't a hard kid. He could present the appearance of being friendly, and he was a big talker about his success with the ladies, but his social skills were somewhat limited. He kept getting rejected.
When women reject him, he spins his own version of the truth.
He would just lie, boast and brag that he achieved sexual relations with these girls instead of maybe re-examining how he approached them. Nathaniel developed what appears to be a distrust and an anger and a resentment towards females.
Jeez.
After graduating from high school, Nathaniel joins the military.
Oh.
But his problems with forming relationships continue. He meets a woman named Wanda, and he marries her quickly, but the two divorce after only 18 months.
There's nothing wrong with a failed marriage. Two people are just not compatible.
Right.
But for whatever reason, in Nathaniel's mind, there was a tremendous amount of shame, tremendous amount of humiliation.
Nathaniel's personal failures bleed over into his professional military career.
He would lie and say that he had done very well, but the military records that my newspaper looked at indicated that he received a less than honorable discharge and that he did not fulfill a 3-year commitment.
He's completely alone and not successful. He has no goals, he has no direction. So what does Nathaniel do? Like many individuals lost, he returns home again.
Wow. Look at that beast. I had no, okay, so I didn't know he was once married before, and I didn't know that he was in the military. Interesting. This is why, you see, these military men, you got to be real careful, man. There's something about these military men. I mean, shout out to the military, but they aftermath scares the hell out of me also. Right. Damn. Say that, Neva. See, that military gave him the depraved mind more tools that he could not take rejection. Oh. Right. Oh. Tell you the military men, man. PTSD too. Right. Exactly. And the part they let him go as well, and then them other females were rejected him too, and he got molested as a child. Oh my God. Lord have mercy, y'all. This is something else right here. Look at that face. Look at that. Oh.
I think that when he washed out of the Army and when his marriage broke up, it was as if all the worst possible things that could happen to someone produced the worst possible results.
In the summer of 1984, Nathaniel travels back to Poughkeepsie, New York, a broken man.
Ipsy.
During this time, with no direction, no structure, unemployed, like many people, he turns to alcohol to numb the pain, to make life seem a little bit better, to make life a little bit more tolerable.
He was a boiling pot,
Nathaniel
rejected by
drifts from
everything,
job to
lack
job.
of social skills.
And from woman to woman.
Come on, Neva.
Until he meets Jill Garrison.
He was very charming. He could get your attention very quickly.
That's her.
Dressed very nice. Had a way about him.
Why, hello. My name's Nathaniel. What's your name?
I'm Jill.
Jill is. Yeah, that's a beautiful name.
See.
That's the one that was on the ID.
Okay.
The one that was just talking.
Jill and Nathaniel eventually move in together. But it doesn't take long for Nathaniel's problems to surface. He has trouble holding a steady job and starts binge-watching violent movies over and over again.
Talking about.
Yeah, he watched movies quite a bit. Anything with action.
We tried to get his Blockbuster records, but when we talked to store clerks, they seemed to remember a guy who was coming in all the time. He went straight to the movies that they kept way in the back to keep away from little kids.
One movie franchise in particular, Nathaniel can't get enough of.
He would watch movies like Robocop and Robocop 2 for hours and hours on end. He'd go over scenes. He would play with the freeze frame and see what they did there.
But Nathaniel doesn't watch Robocop to cheer on the hero. He's in it for the villains.
While most people identify with Robocop, Nathaniel identified closer to Kane, the villain from Robocop 2.
They both lack empathy. They both want to kill. They both have this inner rage and this need for power and control.
Wow.
Nathaniel's days become a constant stream of violent movies and alcohol abuse.
Nathaniel, wake up! Get up!
What are you doing?
This. What are you? Been in here watching these movies all
Yeah, I'm
day.
watching that. You cut that off?
You were asleep.
Okay, well, it helps me sleep then. What gives you,
You
the
need
right
to be
to
up
cut
fighting a
a
child.
movie off that I'm watching? Are you crazy?
From watching his films and being in isolation, he's developing into a killer. He's developing into a character who needs to find an object to place his uncontrollable rage
Wow.
onto.
Wow.
Jill Garrison is often the victim of Nathaniel's unpredictable rage.
He got abusive where he would be choking me or slapping me.
Babe, I'm sorry.
Then the apology would come and we work things out.
Babe,
I
listen.
remember her saying that.
Earlier, I don't know what got into me. I kind of just lost myself. You know, I didn't mean it.
So the next trigger or whatever would make him mad.
Babe, you know what? Forget it.
The temper was progressing more and more.
Nathaniel's anger eventually spills into the streets of upstate New York.
That need for power becomes his addiction, his drive, and his reality for living.
Now wait till you see who his first victim is. It's going to blow your mind. And I hope that they tell you this, because if they're not, I sure will. They should, because they're telling his story. I know another content creator did tell who his first victim was, but I never saw this one. So I'm hoping that they say it right now, because I'm seeing a girl walking the street, and that wasn't his first victim. So if they don't, I will. But let's see.
Excuse me, gorgeous. Don't I know you?
I don't think so.
I just would drive around and I would see a girl and I would talk to her, and once I got in my car, we would go someplace and I just snapped.
After the 1987 success of the movie Robocop, Orion Pictures pushes for a sequel.
For the sequel to Robocop, everything was bigger and badder. There were more drugs. It was just very 80s action movie.
And like most sequels, Robocop 2 highlights a terrifying villain named Kane, who will stop at nothing to kill.
The villain was a warlord in Detroit who took pleasure in seeing people die. It seemed to really turn him on.
For Poughkeepsie, New York resident Nathaniel White, Robocop's villain in the sequel is a hero.
The villains are a little bit off the beaten path, but worshipped, and that's what Nathaniel identifies with.
I just would drive around and I would see a girl and I would talk to her.
On the night of March 25th, 1991, no woman is safe.
Nathaniel states he started to hear voices.
Excuse me, gorgeous.
He would see a pretty woman, and he would say to himself, she doesn't deserve to live.
Wow.
You know what? I think I seen you over at the corner street last Friday night. Was that you dancing?
I do go there, yeah.
I knew that was you, man. You got some crazy moves.
Thanks.
By the way, I'm Nathaniel. What's your name?
I'm Juliana.
Juliana.
Nice to meet
Pleasure to meet you.
Juliana Frank lives in a nearby town.
She was in her late 20s. She was a single mother. She was real pretty. She was unattainable to somebody like him.
I know it sounds crazy, but I prayed to God, if I ever see this beautiful goddess again, I'm gonna ask her out, buy a drink. And since I see you, can I buy you a drink?
I don't know.
I'll buy you anything you like.
Okay, all right.
Yeah? All right, hop in.
Sure.
This was one of the things that made people vulnerable, was there was only one way to get around, and that was by car. A lot of people don't have cars.
Right.
Thank you for the ride.
A lot of people don't have
This
a
guy's
car.
got a car.
Upstate New York, let me just say that. Where I live at, upstate New York, you need a vehicle. This is like the country. You need a vehicle. A lot of people walk. The buses stops at 5:00 noon. After 5:00 afternoon. So there's no way to get around. Like they said. You know, there's no trains up here, nothing like New York City. You know what I mean? If there is a train, it's going from here to New Jersey or to the Bronx to New York. It's not like a regular train from New York City. Like in the city, you got the trains, the buses. It's not like that. We're in the country. And this was not his first victim. And I'm going to say it.
Let's get a ride.
But let's see
He's
what
not
they
that
say.
big. He doesn't seem like he's going to be a problem.
Takes Juliana to the railroad tracks, where they crack open a couple of beers.
So I am going to stop it because they're making it seem like this was his first victim. His first victim was his girlfriend's niece. She was 12 years old. That was his first victim. His girlfriend's niece, who was 12 years old. This young girl right here was not his first victim. I'm surprised they did that. So I said, I'm just going to tell y'all the truth. While my area is a car must too, my city has no trains except for free rides. Yeah, there's no trains. We have to take a cab. This is why we have a vehicle, me and Dave, because if not, you're spending $8 on a cab from here to the corner, girl. Oh my goodness, Katie said, yeah, it's bad. This is the country. This is like we live in the country. Bears and stuff like that. This is where we at. I love it up here. I'd rather live up here than anywhere else, and you know, but yeah, it's true though. Yeah, she was 12 years old, and that was his girlfriend that you see talking. It was her niece. They might get into that a little later. I don't know why they're saying she was the first victim. She was not. But let's continue.
Welcome to my favorite spot.
Neva says disgusting. It is, girl. It's a shame. You
Juliana
think this is
thinks
something?
he's just a nice guy.
Wait till I
looking
get
to
into the
have some
some
fun.
serial killer.
Trains are beautiful, right?
Nathaniel has this rage and this anger, and he needs to place it on someone.
And oh my God. The other, let me just say something. I'm sorry I
And
keep stopping
unfortunately,
it.
that someone becomes Juliana Frank.
But the other serial killer, not only did my friend escape him, but I spoke to one of his friends in rehab.
Out of
I was
nowhere,
sitting next to him.
Nathaniel starts punching her.
I'm going to tell you another story about that.
And then he leaves her unconscious, lying on the railway tracks.
A half an hour away from me, Neva.
But this brutal attack isn't over.
Or 45 minutes maybe.
Inspired by a scene from Robocop 2,
From your grandfather?
Nathaniel
Yeah.
has more in store for Juliana.
Beers and water. Yep, that's right, Neva. You're right.
In Robocop 2, The villain asks a henchman to cut open a traitor, and he basically just guts him from head to toe while everyone watches.
Like in the film Robocop 2, Nathaniel returns to Juliana Frank. And although she's still unconscious, he slits her throat.
Oh!
The first girl that I killed was from a Robocop movie with a man named Kane. I seen him cut somebody's throat and then take the knife and slit him down the chest and the stomach and left the body in a certain position. And that's was the first person that I killed. I did exactly what I seen on the movie.
He is, in his mind, the actor who's acting out the part. It's almost as if, once again, he's saying, it's not me, it's everybody else. It's not me that committed this murder. It's the movie that taught me and showed me and instructed me how to do my first murder.
No one discovers Juliana's body until the next day.
Those are the train tracks
There
I was
were police
talking
who were
about.
saying that they
But that's
couldn't
from the
rule out
other
that there was more
side.
than one person involved. That's how badly she was beaten.
On April 16th, just 3 weeks after Juliana's death, Nathaniel is hunting again.
This is
I
the
was just
bar.
a different person.
That's the
You
bar.
know, I just seem like
This is the bar that the staff that I was talking to in the shelter. This is the bar that she was talking about. Oh my God. I don't know the name. Is it Joe something bar? I don't know the name of it. But that's the bar that she met Nathaniel in, the staff at the shelter that I was talking about, that she got away from him. That's the bar.
once I started smelling blood, I just completely bugged out.
That's you?
God, what are you doing here?
What's up? How are you? I haven't seen you in forever.
Last call, folks. Are you all set?
They're about to close soon.
I know.
He was very charming. That's what reeled you in.
Can give you a ride home?
Could you give me a ride home?
He feels he's in control. This woman needs a ride home.
Gentlemen, I see.
Always.
Thank you.
But once they're in the car, his locked car, he flips.
I just snapped. You know, no reason for it, or I don't know where it come from.
Hey, the turn's up here, if you remember. You just missed the turn. Why did you just miss the turn?
Because I'm not taking you home.
Then where are you taking me? Nathaniel?
Nathaniel wants to kill. Because that is something in his skewed brain that he's successful at, where he can be in control, where he can have power over their life or their death.
Is that a knife?
Shut up!
Because Jill isn't home, Nathaniel decides to take the girl to his house.
I didn't have an inkling. If he was out and he was drinking, then something, you know, his personality would change.
It's just like in the movies.
Get out.
Nathaniel relates to the need for violence, just like the villains in Robocop.
Nice and easy. In the door.
I'm opening the door.
He has no regard for human life, and he's completely in control.
This young girl's trapped. She knows she's not going home.
Shut up!
But somehow she's able to gain free.
Run, girl.
She races across the field and goes towards a porch light of another house, screaming, "Help me! Help me!"
Somebody help me! Somebody help me, please!
In the action thriller Robocop 2, the film's villain is a violent serial killer who murders
I would have did the
anyone
same
who
thing.
gets in his way.
He doesn't care how he kills or who he kills.
She
He has
must
no
have been the
remorse,
one that
and if
got
somebody
away.
gets in his way,
Because there was
they're
one
dead.
that got away
In
and was able to
Poughkeepsie,
tell
New
the
York,
cops.
a Robocop
What?
fan named Nathaniel White is just
Lied.
as deadly as the
And they
film's
never,
antagonist.
they fucked up.
He's killed one woman and is trying to kill another.
Cops fucked up.
It just
Listen to this, y'all.
something just said she don't deserve to live.
Somebody help me! Somebody help me, please! Please, somebody help me! Open the door, please!
Like a classic movie villain, Nathaniel has vanished, but his copycat crime spree is far from over.
Nathaniel wanted to be a villain, like in Robocop 2. He committed one murder. But he wasn't successful in killing again. He was a failure in his own mind for not being able to achieve.
So y'all was a failure.
A second
Y'all
murder.
didn't. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna wait.
It's a costly mistake for Nathaniel.
White, please open the door.
Nathaniel White,
Yeah, that's me.
you're under arrest.
What's this about?
You're being charged with attempted kidnapping. Turn around, sir. Let's go. Turn around.
I never thought he was capable of that. Had I known him, this was years. I was surprised and I was kind of bewildered.
Hey, Mr. Wright, this way.
Nathaniel is sent to court where he pleads guilty to a misdemeanor charge of unlawful imprisonment. Although there are many similarities, detectives never question Nathaniel for the murder of Juliana Frank, which occurred just 3 weeks earlier. He is sentenced to a year in prison.
He keeps busy in prison. He works his mind in the law library and works his body in the gym.
Nathaniel's an ideal prisoner. After just 12 months, he is released back out into society.
Nathaniel gets a second chance.
He returns home to live with his girlfriend, Jill.
A year, y'all. A year.
But he's far worse than he was before. He's meaner. He's more ruthless.
Nathaniel tries to stay out of trouble, but being a villain is in his nature. In June of 1992, just 2 months after being released from prison, Nathaniel is feeling the need to kill.
His car broke down or he didn't have a car anymore. And I've always had a car. So then he would use my car while I'm at work.
While driving
They're
around,
not telling everything.
Nathaniel spots a familiar face. 14-year-old Christine Klebe.
Christine Klebe was a niece of mine, my brother's only child.
Her brother's only child.
Uncle Nathaniel?
Oh, hey, Christine. I didn't recognize you. You shouldn't be out here alone.
Now, Christine is Nathaniel's girlfriend's niece, but he treats her like his own.
You're too young for that.
No. It's fine. I walk this way home every day. I'm okay.
Okay, well, look. Hop in. It'll be a lot quicker.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
But Nathaniel isn't taking Christine home. He drives her to a deserted part of town.
Let me stop this. They did it so backwards. Let me just say this first of all. She was the first victim ever. She was, I don't know. I was told that she was the first victim. So I'm a little confused, but it is what it is, right? It's still fucked up. Now, the other girl, what they didn't say was he played it off and said, nah, she's tripping. I was just trying to give her a ride. She asked me for a ride and I was just trying to give her a ride. They missed that whole part. I'm going to try to go back and see if somebody else talked about that part, because they missed what he said about that also. Now we get the niece. Look, let me see what Neva said. Then I'm gonna play it. Hold on, y'all. I see you, Kathy said, "Oh no, see that part? He was a smart child. See that part? He was a smart child, so he knows how to play the game, right? You know all the right words, manners, right? Now he's a true narcissist person. Exactly. That's exactly what he is, a narcissist."
And he's got movie.
But he's far worse.
Round, Nathaniel spots a familiar face. 14-year-old Christine Klebe.
Christine Klebe was a niece of mine, my brother's only child.
The only child, too. Jesus.
Uncle Nathaniel?
Oh, hey, Christine. I didn't recognize you. You shouldn't be out here alone.
Now, Christine is Nathaniel's girlfriend's niece, but he treats her like his own.
You're too young for that.
No. It's fine. I walk this way home every day. I'm okay.
Okay, well, look. Hop in. It'll be a lot quicker.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
But Nathaniel isn't taking Christine home. He drives her to a deserted part of town. And he's got movies on his mind.
When I look at TV and I see a movie, and something violent has happened, it seems to just sink in, okay? And when I hear this voice in my head saying, she deserves to die, or you should hit her, or, you know, you should beat her up, I just do it. You know, it's like I don't have no control. I just do it.
Now here we have a 14-year-old girl who is basically Nathaniel's niece.
I thought she was 13. She's 14. Okay.
An individual whose family, an individual who trusts Nathaniel.
Stop screaming!
Also, let me tell y'all, he didn't just kill them, he armed them. He sexually assaulted every victim that he had, including her.
He punched and kicked her and stabbed her in the throat until she was dead.
He's not all that calculating. These are spur-of-the-moment rages he goes into because he's been rejected by women all his life.
Nathaniel's second murder, once again, copies a killing from Robocop 2.
In Robocop 2, the villain has a young sidekick named Hob. And once he is released and brought back, he ends up killing Hob. And that kind of mirrors what happened with Nathaniel.
Several days pass as Jill's family searches for Christine.
She became missing and they thought she ran away. That was what teenagers do. They don't get along with you, then they run away or stay somewhere else. He was concerned about her missing, Christine, and said he would try to help and he would look out.
Nathaniel is playing the role of a good guy, but in reality, he's a cold-blooded killer. And somehow, this is even more empowering for Nathaniel. That the killer is walking among the victims. But no one suspects him.
Nathaniel's killed twice and gotten away with it.
He's still restless. And that restlessness, unfortunately, turns to anger. And that anger needs to be placed onto some object.
Just 2 weeks after killing his niece, Nathaniel is back on the street looking for women to prey on.
Back to
He
that
spots
rejection.
Laurette Higgins Revere, a woman who is
Back to that
friends with his
rejection
girlfriend,
thing, that
Jill
rage,
Garrison.
yeah.
She's packing up to move back home.
Looks like you could use some help.
Hey,
Get chime.
You're such a
What's that,
deal.
Boo-boo?
Thank you.
She
I
feels
heard
safe
about
with
that.
Nathaniel. He has been dating one of her close friends for a number of years.
Thank you.
Killing women is his addiction. She has no idea she's in danger.
Although entertaining,
He killed
the gory
the-
deaths
the,
and graphic violence in the Robocop film
He
franchise
killed the
are a
girlfriend's
shock
best
to
friend
audiences.
also.
No one was putting out movies like
Like
that
CA.
at the time. The level of gore was off
That's
the
good, right?
charts.
Even the MPAA,
This is
the
crazy,
organization
y'all.
that gives movies their ratings, acknowledges the film's over-the-top violence.
For the original RoboCop, it was given an X rating.
I was all
and
into this,
producers
Levi. I didn't
wanted
even
to
see
have
your
an R rating so more people
comment
could
at
see it.
first.
So they went back and cut some of the gore.
Unfortunately for the small town of Poughkeepsie, villains aren't just in the movies. They have a serial killer on the streets named Nathaniel White.
In June of '92, after he's already killed 2 women, Nate sees a woman named Laurette Higgins Revere. He knows her casually because she's friends with Jill Garrison.
Thank you so much, Nathaniel.
Laurette is in the middle of a move, so Nathaniel offers to help her.
They were friends, but at this point, no one knows how dangerous. I mean, he's got a past, but I don't think that Laurette knew what he was capable of doing.
My new house. I'm so
At some point in the night, Nathaniel starts to argue with her.
Nathaniel, I'd really appreciate it if you didn't drink it here.
What? You gonna tell me I can't have a drink after I've been helping you with all these boxes?
Nate didn't really need a reason to go flying off the handle.
Oh, you calm down.
Too much.
You're talking to a man over here. You don't go tell me what to do. I'm a
I
man.
need you to back
You're
up.
not gonna talk to me like that.
Okay, wait.
You don't talk to me like
Back
that.
up.
She yells and she screams at Nathaniel, but her harsh words and her rejection only feeds his rage and anger.
You back up.
She is able to defend herself when Nathaniel is advancing on her.
Oh.
And this is his girlfriend's best friend.
He grabbed a pair of scissors and went crazy.
Unfortunately, killing became a vehicle for him to release his anger and for him then to feel powerful and in control. In a life that for him in general, he felt powerless and out of control.
Nathaniel leaves Laurette's home. His girlfriend, Jill Garrison, has no idea that she's living with a man who has killed both her niece and her friend.
I heard about her death in the paper and I was surprised by the whole thing. No one put it together. No one thought that a serial killer was. We didn't. That didn't even cross our minds.
Oh,
Just
that
no
girl.
random crime.
He's growing.
Mm-hmm.
As
I
a
know you're
serial
talking about.
He's
She faced with
maturing
me.
and he's developing.
There's no telling when he'll strike again. On July 19th,
The one that Sister Girl did the
1992,
interview with?
just 9 days after his last kill, Nathaniel is around town having a
That
good
was a good
time.
interview.
Angelina Hopkins and Brenda Whiteside were friends. There was a club that was popular in downtown Poughkeepsie called the Blue Note. They met Nate at the Blue Note.
Oh my God, y'all.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I think
That was a good interview.
What?
Come on, baby.
Angelina's sister was also there.
Angelina's
Dad.
sister was not crazy about it.
I told her she should have did an
Nathaniel
update with
promises
her.
to get Angelina and Brenda home safely.
Do another interview with her. That story was crazy. Yeah, I didn't know Sister Girl did the interview, but I knew about the story, and then I
Daniel is
watched
with
the
these two
interview. I was
women
like, oh
all
shit.
night.
And I asked her, I was like, hey, do you mind if I interview the girl too? Well,
But the night never turns romantic. In the morning, Nathaniel's rage starts to surface.
Something switched. Something changed. More than likely,
because I
Because
just
they
think that's out
rejected
of respect.
He took Angelina in the woods.
Out of view from Brenda.
He strangled Angelina and beat her pretty badly. The crime scene photos were horrendous.
Authorities speculate that when Nathaniel returned to the car to get Brenda,
The
she never
first I
thought she
got
was in
was my
trouble because of the
ex-husband.
killer's charming ways.
Then he came
And
back to the
she
car
gonna
and then
walk
he
back.
beat and strangled Brenda.
He leaves both their bodies in the woods and drives away.
I wonder how she's doing though.
his confidence is, I'll never get caught. He's taking more risks. He's killing more people, literally in the town where he lives. And he's killing people he's been seen with for the whole evening.
Nathaniel feels more like a Robocop villain than ever.
Oh my God.
He looks up to the villains in the movies. He strongly identifies with their anger and their need for control.
2 weeks after his double murder, Nathaniel is feeling invincible.
He returns to the same club where he had met Angie. And of course, that's very brazen and very bold because people.
That's that same club I was talking about.
The man who left with her.
But someone in the club is watching Nathaniel's every move.
Yeah. He's here at the bar.
Like every good action film, Robocop has its signature tagline.
The Robocop franchise's signature catchphrase was, "Dead or alive, you're coming with me." Couldn't be forgotten by audiences in the 80s and 90s.
In Poughkeepsie, New York, copycat serial killer Nathaniel White has a different catchphrase.
Nathaniel's catchphrase was, "Can I give you a ride home?" And it still haunts the streets of his town to this day.
Like a Robocop villain, Nathaniel has a large death count, including a woman named Angelina Hopkins and her friend Brenda.
A little over a week after Angelina and Brenda disappeared, Angelina's sister saw Nate at the Club Blue Note and called her.
Wow.
Yeah, he's leaving the bar now.
See, he didn't only kill in Poughkeepsie, he killed in my city, Middletown also. Well, yeah.
Anna Hopkins is a formidable woman.
The
She
mother.
did not walk up and whisper in his ear. She got up in his face. She was not going to be denied.
Excuse me, sir. Do you know my daughter, Angelina?
The mother.
Who?
Nathaniel quickly realizes that Anna Hopkins has already called the police.
Did you meet a woman named Angelina here last week?
I think I do remember dropping somebody off like that.
Do you have an address, sir? Where'd you take her? What time was that approximately?
Sir, was she hurt? Was she hurt, sir?
Sir, an
Was she
address.
okay?
555 Esperanza Lane.
Nate told Angelina's mom he had dropped off her and Brenda, and he gave her 2 addresses.
You will find her. 555.
Was she okay?
But Angelina's mother sees right through Nathaniel's facade, as do the authorities.
Poughkeepsie police called for some help from the state police. They asked them to check the addresses that Nate had supplied them with, and the addresses turned out to be bad.
But police do find that Nathaniel is driving on a suspended license in a car with stolen plates. Later that day, he is arrested and interrogated by police.
Oh, the Middletown School. The Middletown School, yeah.
Nathaniel, those addresses you gave to Angelina's mother weren't correct. You were the last person to see her.
That's where he killed that in my city.
Matter of fact,
I live in
looks like you've been
Middletown.
on this
I
road
know.
before, Nathaniel. Attempted kidnapping.
Yeah, I don't know where.
At Loretta Higgins' house, we found your bloody fingerprints.
Ooh.
You were the last one to see her.
I wasn't there.
Yeah, he was.
After 17 hours of questioning,
What happened July 20th at the tavern?
Come on, Nathaniel.
Where'd you meet me? Where'd you go?
Nathaniel finally breaks down and confesses to the murders.
Oh, child!
First girl that I had killed was from a Robocop movie. I seen him cut somebody's throat and then take the knife and slit him down the chest and the stomach and left the body in a certain position. And that's was the first person that I killed. I did exactly what I seen on the movie.
While in custody, Nathaniel shockingly informs police that there is a 6th victim, a 29-year-old woman named Adrian Hunter.
All I know is that while I'm doing it, it's like I enjoy it. You know, it's like it stimulates me or something. And then it seems like a dream. And after it's over, that's when the remorse comes. That's when I feel sorry, you know, for what I've done, and I don't believe it.
Nathaniel tells the police exactly where to find Angelina, Brenda, and Christine Klebby, his 14-year-old niece, who has been missing for over a month.
I was lost at that time. Then I just became in a state where I just rocked and cried. And people would come to visit me, but I couldn't. I was devastated.
I know. Yeah.
After a lengthy trial, Nathaniel is sentenced to 150 years in prison.
Do I think he feels guilty? No.
No.
I don't think this guy has any empathy.
Sad. She did
Or
reach
anyone.
out to me back though.
In the movie, the
but I've just
villains
been
always
trying to
get
check
killed
on
at the end of
her.
the movie.
The last time I
But
messaged
in
her just to see
Nathaniel's
how she was doing, you know.
He thought he was invincible, that he would never get caught.
I would like to bring her on here.
The real crimes committed by Nathaniel White still send chills down the
Let me see
spine.
if I could even find her again. Wow.
At that time, you know, I watched scary movies and action. So now you don't think that type of situation that you're seeing on TV is going to come into your life. That stuff never crosses your
You
mind.
can't even say the names on here, girl.
For someone who is so
Because
unsuccessful
next
in
thing you know,
life,
people run with it and bite our shit off.
he certainly made himself known to the community.
Hey, together.
And the community will never forget him because he caused so much
I'm saying,
fear
Eva.
to the town he grew up in.
I think that if the Nate Whites of the world
Shame.
had some other way to spend their time than watching RoboCop and RoboCop 2,
Facts.
and then all the other things that he was into, I think that goes a long way.
Facts. Goes on every second, girl. It's a shame. Well, yeah.
In 1986,
Hold on. Let me see something. Because I wanted to show y'all something else. Oh, here it is. All
Finally
right.
made it.
So, all
Finally
right.
made it.
So he used to put bodies in farmhouses. Exactly. Exactly, Neva. Exactly. Exactly. I'm learning. I'm getting there, mama. I'm getting there. Yep. You're right about that. Girl, I'll tell you some stuff. And we haven't talked in a while. But um he used to put bodies, right, on the remember the trails that I was showing y'all. Now on the other side of those trails I used to catch the bus. He also used to put bodies in these farmhouses also. Check this out. I found a content creator that was showing this. I said, oh shoot, this is the house that he used to put the bodies in. So he did it on the train trail rack, the racks, and also in these houses. Now I knew he used to put bodies in houses also, but I didn't know what houses. These are the houses that Nathaniel, the serial killer in my city, and also Poughkeepsie, now that we know Poughkeepsie also, was putting these bodies in. This is a shame.
Made it to the Nathaniel White farmhouse. Gonna go inside and explore it with Brian Bauer.
Oh, and it's crazy because the houses up there, it looks just like that. It's so scary. You know, the old abandoned houses. Ooh. Yeah, but up there, those houses on the
How you
hills
doing, Bauer?
surrounded by forests
Pretty good.
and water
What do you think of the place?
volunteers workers.
Pretty creepy.
Volunteers
You
workers. Yeah.
scared? Nah.
Look what they
So
put.
upstairs.
They even put his name on the wall, y'all. Nathaniel White.
Wow, holy
Scary.
shit. Look at that.
This is where he put the bodies at. And on the train tracks too. I can't believe I used to take the bus over there. Now the train tracks, right? The bus stop is right there where I used to take the bus. That's so creepy. And I used to wonder, there's bodies right here. I used to be freaked out. Now trains don't run on
Hope we
that
don't fall
track
through the
though,
floor.
only sometimes. She said, what the heck? Girl, yes. Serial killer in my city, girl. Nathaniel White. This is where he would put the bodies. He's locked up now, though, together. He's locked up.
The infamous pink room.
Wow.
Let's go up in the attic.
How did they find out about the house? I'm sure he probably said it when he confessed. Because remember, he broke down, confessed.
Careful stepping on this shit. Might be rotten.
I even knew about the house, but I didn't know where it was, though. I found out he was a serial killer in my city because of the staff told me, because he harassed her.
Pretty cool.
Ooh, that's so scary, y'all. Oh my God.
Finally made it to the Nathaniel White farmhouse. Gonna go inside and explore it with Brian Bauer.
The Nathaniel White farmhouse. Why I'm so loud? I don't I be talking so loud, y'all. Haunted New York serial killer body camp. Oh, and he gonna show us even more stuff.
Hi, I'm John James Minster, and you may know me from my horror books. We are in New York at the site of an abandoned farmhouse, which mysteriously burned to ashes. This is the actual farmhouse burning. Where Nathaniel White, a serial killer active in the early 1990s, deposited the corpses of Angelina Hopkins and Brenda Whiteside, whom he had beaten to death. The body of a little girl he dumped nearby. White was arrested on August 2nd, 1992. He confessed to the murders of 5 women and his girlfriend's 8th grader niece. He claimed that he committed the murders because voices told him to. White chose to plead not guilty by reason of insanity to 6 counts of second-degree murder. He was convicted on all counts on April 14, 1993, and was sentenced to 150 years to life. Fire chief or county arson investigators could not say in what part of the house the blaze started or suggest a cause. Angela and Brenda were cut down in the prime of their lives. Perhaps their vengeance burned hotter than hell. A 5-star reviewer said Vengeful Dead reads like Tales from the Crypt turned up to 11, that it's in his top collections up there with Stephen King's Night Shift. Read it, let me know what you think.
I know, what's wrong with people, right? Y'all, if y'all think that's something, I have another story to tell y'all next time, though, about the other serial killer. But the female that I knew is the one that got away from him. And she had the marks to show it. But what's crazy was I was in rehab with his friend. Oh, I was sitting right next to him. Girl, ladies, when I tell y'all I was freaked out, I went to my room. They had a smoking room. I gotta tell y'all that. That's next time. Because I have to do a thumbnail and put his face and all that. I should put the bodies as a thumbnail. I'm gonna have to get all of them. I wish I could find the girl that I was talking to. She was my friend. She wasn't my friend at the time. She was my get high associate partner because I was getting high at the time. This is back many years ago when I lived in Newburgh, and we used to get high. And she was a prostitute, and she was getting high too at the time. And she told me about the story, and that was gonna blow your mind because that was all over the news. I want to tell you about that story. Oh, what is this on my bed? I gotta, you know what? I'm gonna have to buy me some sheets and blankets. I wanted to go tomorrow, but we're going to Dave's sister's house tomorrow. So I'm gonna have to go next week. But I want to do the thumbnail of him. What did y'all think of this live? Was it okay? Do y'all rather want me to do more serial killers like this? Of the people the serial killers in my town and stuff like that? Or missing people cases? Or what do y'all prefer? Did y'all enjoy this live? What did y'all, even though it's nothing to enjoy about a serial killer killing, but what did y'all think? It was something different. You know what I'm saying? Loved it. I like. It was awfully good. I know, right? Okay. I'm trying to do something different. And I was like, I can't believe that I didn't tell y'all about this. Or how could I forget to tell y'all about this? Oh my God. I can't believe it. Like, she keeps saying chime. I love it. It's just so cute. Suspenseful. I love suspenseful stuff. This is why we need to do another movie night. Me and Kathy B has been trading suspenseful movies over the phone. And Kathy B, I didn't see the text until this morning when you said, "What's the movie?" I fell asleep, so I'm sorry. Suspenseful. Yes, I love suspenseful stuff. Oh my God. Let me tell y'all something. If y'all don't know about Tubi, what is it? TUBI, the movie thing. You know how you got Netflix, Tubi, whatever, Tubi, whatever it is. Let me show y'all. The movies on there, honey. I'm like, oh shit, yes. And I know you want me to do about the other thing, Kathy B. We got to do that one too. Yes, that right there. They got some stuff for you right there. Tubi, baby. Tubi, baby. They got some shit for you for free. It's free. Yes, that right there, baby. That hits. I'll tell you something. I was on Facebook, right? And all I put in search was suspense movie. That came up, and I already got that because it's free. But a bunch of people has a group. It's not even a private, one private group, and there's a group on Tubi, and they posted a bunch of movies. So just to give y'all some free information on that, go to the Facebook. Matter of fact, let's look at it right now. I'm gonna show y'all something. We done with this live right here on the serial killer. But I'm gonna give y'all some free info on some shit. Let me hook y'all up. Let me hook y'all up. Look at this, y'all. I was like, oh my God. I'm in on it. Check this out, y'all. Look at this. They got a whole group on this. And they tell you what movies is good. Let me make sure it's not a private group. Okay, it's a public group. All right, because if it's a private, then I can't. I feel uncomfortable showing it. Blind C. I'm a survivor from Nashville. Mother named me Angel. My story named me Faith, and my movie coming soon. With a lot of y'all favorites and a new actor, I will not play my part, but making an exclusive appearance based on a true event. Oh, wow. Blind C. Oh, that sound good. Coming soon. All right, but they have other movies, right? And somebody was saying, check this movie out. So I checked it out and it was awesome. Now, this movie Breakthrough is supposed to be not only did Stephen Curry found this movie, but when I say one found the book, y'all gotta see it. I stopped and just had my children watch it with me. This is supposed to be about a son that got caught in the water. Let me see. Hold on. Let's watch trailer. A mother desperately praying for her teenage son as he fights his life after being trapped underwater in a frozen lake. Oh, the trailer's not there. But I didn't see that one. But I'm gonna tell you what I did see, and that was the bomb. When does it stop? I didn't see that one. Sins of the Mother. That was good. Destiny. Oh, Snatched. I've seen some of that. It was good. But the only thing was the killing part, it just made it seem a little, I don't know. But if y'all into dramas and stuff like that, yeah, this movie was good. But I think they could have did the fighting and killing part a little, make it more real. It just made it to me like, I don't know. But it was a good movie. But I also look at the comments because the comments is what showed me to look at another movie. And that movie was dope as hell. was dope. It was dopey. Fantastic. They saying that's another good movie. But somebody has said in the comments about they brought a movie out, and I was like, now that movie I might check out because it sounded good. And I checked it out, and it was really, really good. It was a lot of twists and a lot of turns. A lot of twists and a lot of turns. But yeah, y'all could go on Facebook and just look at Tubi on 10. Bishop and Chantley. I don't know what that is, but okay. Who needs it? Forever loved. Gangster's Daughter 3. Let me see something. No. It might be this comments that the person wrote it in O level. The Agnes C. Let me see. But yeah, y'all. Just something, and they'll tell you like if the movie is good or if you're not going, if it's not good, don't waste your time on it and stuff like that. You feel me? Who is the name of the movie? Hollywood. Which one, Kathy B? The one that I saw? Oh God, hold on. Hubby's calling me. Yes. Yes.
Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm at you.
Okay. Yeah. What is the name? Oh, the movie I saw. Oh, what it was the? Oh, hold on. Let me see. It was What the hell was that name of that movie? It was good though. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. I found it in the comment section. That's what I was looking for, y'all. Oh, all I gotta do is look at my movie. What's this? A Killer Baby Daddy. Oh, child. Killer Baby Daddy. Widow Fire. Fractured. They keep posting that other one up, so it gotta be good. I'm gonna have to look. I'm gonna look on the TV and see which one it was, Kathy B. But it was really good. It was a lot of twists and turns. Daughter's husband. I'm gonna tell y'all what other movies that I like also. Trafficking movies, sex trafficking, kidnapping, um, and like nanny stuff. Like nanny suspense, like of a a crazy ass nanny. Crazy ass nanny for binge watching, right? Yeah. I'm gonna have to look on my TV, Kathy. The Kathy B's like, oh my God, girl. Give me the damn name. Because I don't remember the name. I gotta look on my TV. I got it from here. Someone in the comments, and then I was like, oh, let me look. Matter of fact, where's my remote control? Hold on. Don't look at my butt, y'all. Uh, I got boxes on anyway. Color my boxes. Oh, it's okay. I got my black ones on. I should binge watch today too. It's hard for me to do that though, but I've been trying to relax. I had my little procedure yesterday, y'all. I took a live of it. Y'all saw me, and then the nurse was like, "You can't be on live. That's breaking our confidentialities. Please turn it off." Girl, that anesthesia had me messed up yesterday. What? What? That anesthesia had me twisted. Had me fucked up. I was like, yo, why Dave said I came out the anesthesia room in a wheelchair talking about where the weed at. What? Did it? He said, babe, you did. Yeah. He said I got out the wheelchair and said, where the weed at? I don't even smoke weed. I felt like I was high. I was fucked up, y'all. When I tell you I was fucked up, that anesthesia fucked me up. Let's go to YouTube movies. I don't know. I just feel like chilling with y'all right now. Let me see something. Oh, I wonder if we got Tubi on this motherfucker anyway. Let me see something. Oh, let's see. Let's see something, y'all. Hold on now. Hold on for your rights. For your rights. Let me see. Do we got I would have to make a whole account probably. Let me see. But you know something? Don't sleep on YouTube now. YouTube got some good movies now. Don't sleep on YouTube. See, there goes Snatch. Everybody talking about Snatch. Little Children. What's that about? The Mistress. Everybody talking about The Mistress too. What's the one that I see? Let me see. Maybe they got the one that I was watching. Let me see. Oh, my stuff. Let me see if it's in here. And I could tell you. No. I don't have it in here. Do I? Epic Ills. No, that's not it. No. Recommended. Hollywood Dreams. Where's the drama at? Where's the suspense at? Black Cinema. The Temp. Oh, they going too fast. Kiss of Death. Get Out. Oh, did y'all see that movie, Get Out? Everybody's talking about that. My Husband's Baby. Oh, child. The Stepdaughter. That's the movie that I'm going to see next. The Stepdaughter. Remember the movie Precious, y'all? That movie was so good. But what's the one with My Husband's Baby? Oh, we could. We could play the movie right there. Oh, look at that. When we do movie night, we don't even have to what you call it, y'all? Go to just do YouTube. I could do it on Tubi too. You saw Get Out. How was it? Also watch the movie Us. How would the movie Us? Okay, let me see. What else they got? Well, they got old time movies on here too. A Haunted House combo too. Remember Soul Food, y'all? Oh my God, that was one of the best movies. Stolen with My Baby, that was a good movie. Oh, that's the movie right here. Tell No Lies, Kathy B. This is the movie that I was talking about. Tell No Lies. That's the movie. Tell No Lies. That's the one I was talking about. But I want to see that other movie that what's her name was talking about. What's that girl name? The one I don't fuck with no more. Relentless. What's her name? Yeah, I know. I don't fuck with that girl no more. But the movie she said about the school shooters or whatever. Yeah, relentless, huh? I don't fuck with that girl no more. Child, please. I can't fuck with a snake. The name, okay? Relentless. Oh, child, please. I cannot fuck with a snake. But there's a movie. Neither the name, child. We gonna get into some things, baby. You know, I don't speak my mind on here. I ain't afraid to say my shit. There's a movie that she was talking about, and I do want to see it. About the school shooting. What's the name of that? Hold on. It's only on one. It's not on this though. It's not on Tubi, Neva. It's not on Tubi. It's only on one thing. What's the name of it? Kathy B. The name of that is on. I know, right? Neva. Sneaky girl. Let me tell you. Yes, you know, you try to give a bitch a chance and they just play theyself. Okay, thanks, babe. No, it's not Netflix. It's not Netflix either. It's on oh my God, hold on. But when I tell you that movie look fire, it's based on a school shooting. Hold on, let me see. Movies on school shootings. I'm gonna tell you the name of the movie. I'm dying to see it. I'm dying to see it. Not Fallout, not that one. It was too real. I want to see it so bad. Run, hide, fight. Run, hide, fight. It's on YouTube. Let's look at the thing on YouTube. Hold on, let me see. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. And let me just say something, because I don't want people to think I'm over here talking shit and just being mean about a person. No, I'm not doing that. I don't fuck with her because I can't trust a person that is sneaky and conniving. I cannot do that. I cannot, I can't. I just can't do that. I can't do that shit. You don't work. When you stealing people's ideas, that I work so fucking hard, and I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna say it. I'm not holding back. Bitch, you stole all my shit that I work so fucking hard for. I work hard for my content. I work hard for my interviews. I work hard for my shit. So for a person to just go behind my back and just steal my content and steal my shit is trifling. It's real fucking trifling. After I helped the person so many times, so many nights, I'm tired of holding back my tongue. Like, that's just fucking trifling. Bitch, build your own platform and do your own work. The fuck out of here. I said what I said, and what? And other people about to get got to, and what? And that's just how I'm fucking feeling. Yeah, you can't. You can't be friends with someone that takes credit for your own work. That's crazy. That's crazy. Bitches know what they be doing, but you got the right one, ho. You got the right one. All right, so this is the movie, y'all. Let me see. I can't plus they cause I do this content, but I was live when you were doing intro. So thank you, mama. Thank you. No, it's one thing about working together. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind working together with people. I love doing that because I work with Unsolved. I work with I do stuff with Unsolved. With Arctic Fox. You know, sometimes I forget names. I do stuff with Arctic Fox. I love working with people, right? But I work so hard on my content. And when you take somebody else's stuff, I think that is so trifling and don't give them their credit. I think that is mean and I think that is trifling. And you're doing it on purpose and spitefulness. You're a grimy chick. You've been grimy, but it's other stuff that she's done before, and I haven't said anything about it. Not just my movie ideas or other stuff like that. I'm talking about me being vulnerable on the phone with you and you laughing on the down low. Like I caught shit like that too. I caught shit like that too, and I ain't saying nothing. Like my peeps don't even know about that part. This day first time even hearing that part. Like you're a psycho bitch. If I'm being vulnerable with you and I'm telling you some vulnerable stuff about myself and you laughing about it, I'm like, you think that's funny? Like, oh no, like you're a psycho, dude, bitch. You're just whacked out. And that's when I first began filling her out, and I still was like, nah, she I, but nah, you've been whacked out, boo boo. You've been whacked out. And I usually don't do this. Y'all know I don't call names out. I don't say nothing. I just let the shit ride. I let people do what they do to me and I let it ride. But stop trying to play me like I'm some punk ass bitch. Stop. Stop trying to play me like I'm some punk ass bitch. I work too hard for my shit. So this is the movie that she was talking about before. And you see, I even give the bitch credit on stuff. I don't even fuck with her. And I still give her credit on stuff. So this is the movie that she was talking about before. It is a very good movie. And I wanted to see this movie. Girl, you need to get it off your chest. It's been eating at you for a while now. I know. And I haven't said nothing. I've been holding it in and holding it in and holding it in and let these hoes be trying to play me. I'm not some punk ass bitch. Stop trying to play me. For real. I'm too nice. And I don't say nothing. I don't say nothing. I just let shit ride. But I'm not stupid. I be seeing little stuff behind the scene too. I be seeing little stuff. See, God don't like ugly. I'm getting my blessings over here. Oh, baby, when I tell you God has been good, I've gotten my blessings finally. God is good. And the people that been riding with me, I got y'all. Just give me a minute I got y'all. But God gave me my blessings. I'm doing good, baby. You could keep doing what you're doing behind the scene and keep flapping on me and keep biting my shit and keep doing whatever. And I'm not even a big content creator. I'm not even big. I'm not nobody. I'm not that big person, but you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. And whoever else is doing, trying to ride and you trying to be spiteful too, you could get got to, boo-boo. I don't give a fuck. Whoever feel like come for me. Come for me. I want you to. I want you to. I want you to. Stand on 10 toes, bitch. Because that's one thing. I ain't no punk bitch. That's for real. I'm real silent. I'm real nice. I hold back. I don't say nothing. But bitches been grimy. Like, stop trying to play me. I work too hard. I do my crime because I really care. I really care. This ain't for clout. This ain't for just getting views and all that other shit. This is some real life shit. Like, I really reach out to the parents behind the scene. Even though y'all don't even know, like, the parents that's not on my platform no more, I still reach out to them, and it's 2 years later. And it's 2 years later, and I'm still reaching out just to check on them. Exactly, Neva, exactly. Or for the clown. It's a shame. But they gonna see. They gonna see. Y'all hoes keep playing with me if you want to. Y'all want the smoke, you got it. You got it. Straight like that, you got it. Y'all want the real Brooklyn to come out? You got it. You got what you got. You got it. Like my girl Young Ma say, I keep the grass low to see the snakes in the I keep the grass low to see the snakes in the grass. Stop playing with me.
I'm gonna kill one person in this room every 5 minutes.
Very disturbing news out of Vernon Central High School.
Get outside, there's a school shooting! Go as fast as you can, go!
Is it safe to say that this might be our guardian angel?
Isn't it ironic? After all your hard work, people aren't gonna remember you.
No?
They're gonna remember me.
Daily Wire, that's what it's on. Hold on, but there was way more to that. Hold on, run, high, fight. Hold on, let me see something.
Expect heart-stopping movement, nail-biting action, and the ultimate question.
Hold on, y'all. Let me see. Oh, he talking about it too. Run high, my. Let me see. Oh, he's just talking about it. I wanted to show y'all a little bit more how it first. Let me see.
What's blue and smells like red paint? Blue paint. Today, I'm going to recap a 2020 action crime film called run, hide, fight. Zoe Hall is in her final year of high school, still grappling with the recent loss of her mother to cancer. She's found herself withdrawn from life, haunted by the magnitude of her grief. One day, she and her father, Todd, go on a hunting expedition. They shoot a buck, but it doesn't immediately succumb to its wounds.
Thank
Faced with a
you,
difficult
Neva.
choice,
You
let the
right.
buck endure a slow, painful death or euthanize it. Todd attempts to explain to Zoe the ethical implications. But before he can finish, Zoe lifts a rock and
Yes, this
ends the
right
buck's
here,
life with a
Kathy
swift
B.
blow to the head.
Check this out.
Todd is taken aback by her apparent lack of empathy, attributing her unsettling actions to the emotional scars left by her mother's demise. At breakfast, Zoe has an imaginary conversation with her deceased mother, something she frequently does. Although she recognizes this might seem strange, she's kept it a secret since these dialogues provide her with a certain level of solace. As she is preparing to leave for school, her best friend, Lewis, arrives to pick her up. Their journey is interrupted by a group of troublemakers from school who force their car off the road. While they wait for the car to restart, Zoe observes a classmate, Chris, behaving suspiciously in a nearby field. She finds his actions odd, but dismisses them as typical for Chris, who is known to be an outcast. Today, their school is in the grip of senior prank day, a tradition that both Zoe and Lewis find tedious. Amidst the pranks, Mrs. Jane, Zoe's chemistry teacher, acknowledges her drastic shift in demeanor following her mother's tragic passing. Despite Mrs. Jane's attempt to engage with Zoe about her change in behavior, Zoe deflects the conversation. Soon after, Zoe discovers a prom invitation from Lewis in her locker. The thought of attending prom fills her with dread, and she's even more dismayed about the prospect of turning down Lewis' invitation. They meet for lunch, and she tries to avoid the topic, but Lewis addresses it and insists he asked her as a friend, not wanting them to be alone while their peers are enjoying themselves. Visibly distressed, Zoe excuses herself to the restroom. Meanwhile, the city is experiencing a
It's
series of
interesting
benign
already. Shit.
explosions, keeping police, paramedics, and firefighters occupied trying to manage the situation. It's obvious that these explosions aren't accidental. During her visit to the restroom, Zoe spots a school bully, Anna, hiding something above a vent. However, when Zoe checks the vent after Anna's departure, she finds it empty. Back in the cafeteria, an unexpected shock comes as a van crashes through the glass doors, hitting a student. Emerging from the vehicle is Chris, the boy Zoe saw earlier. He proceeds to shoot the injured student.
Oh.
He's joined by a group consisting of Anna, who is revealed to be Chris's sister, a social outcast named Kip, and the gang's leader, Tristan. The group had strategically orchestrated the town's explosions as a diversion, and they now intend to turn their school into a war zone. They quickly assert their dominance, killing a few individuals
Oh my
immediately to
God.
instill fear and silence.
I want
As
to
Zoe
see
is
this
about to
so
leave the
bad.
restroom, an injured girl stumbles in, pleading for help. Overwhelmed, Zoe is unable to help the girl before she dies. Recognizing that something terribly wrong is
But it's
unfolding,
on
Zoe cautiously exits the restroom, trying to overhear the shooter's conversation. The gang's leader, Tristan, makes it clear to the students that they have become hostages,
spoiler alert.
expected to follow his
Yeah,
every
let me
command.
stop it.
He recognizes a student from the gathered crowd.
All right, that's enough. Thank you, Kathy B. Just the tease. I'm sorry. I was all into it, y'all. I didn't even see when you said this is basically the movie. I saw when you said spoiler alert. I'm saying you can lower yourself to that level and clearly they can like rise to you that it will never work. Let's sleep a dog level. Oh yeah. I remember about those hoes no more. Let's sleep a dog light. Yeah, exactly, Neva. But it's for my grandma. Yo, I was all into that movie. Oh my my God. I didn't even see what Kathy B was saying at first. Oh my God. I was just like, that was so good. That look like, yo, I want to see that. I'm gonna have to but I'm wondering, um, can you get that? I'm trying to figure out how to get that on the TV. But I think you can only get that on the internet. That's the only thing. We would have to watch it on the internet. But that's cool. I'll pay for it. No problem. But I really wish they would put that they would put that same site on the TV. You know? And there's another movie also, with a school thing also. But that shit was funny as hell. I was all into that movie, child. Y'all couldn't tell me nothing. I would have forgot y'all was here. I would have forgot I was on live. Oh my God. But that's what you know what's crazy? It's a sad thing is that's what happens in real life. Oh, have y'all seen this right here? Hold on. Alert. Is it Alert? I think it is. Where Jamie Foxx is the producer. What I found weird is that Jamie Foxx was supposed to be really sick, right? During this film. Hold on, let me see if I could. It's on my TV now. Oh, let me see. Oh no, this is something else. But I find it weird how we're gonna have to do a whole Illuminati thing or something like that because I think this is some strange shit. It's a movie called Alert. I think it's on Hulu, is it? Or Peacock? No, I think it's on Hulu. And it had went on pause. Do you remember that movie, Kathy B? Was it called Alert? It's like a movie for when it's about missing people. It's about missing people. And when they go missing, the whole world gets to see the alert go off. It's a really good movie. It's not a movie, it's a TV series. It's a TV series. And they had paused it when because Jamie Foxx is the producer. Jamie Foxx is the producer, y'all. But they paused Alert. That's the name of it. Is right here. It's called Alert. Matter of fact, let me go on YouTube and show y'all. But when Jamie Foxx was sick, the movie paused. And now he's back. Yeah, we never talked about it, but I thought that was kind of weird. Hold on, let me see. Right here. It's this show right here. I'm going to show y'all. It's an excellent show, y'all. It's really good. It's really, really good. It's one of my go-to shows. Jamie Foxx is the producer.
You can call yourself a sports fan?
Alexi! Where's Alexi?
I think one of my boys is in trouble. These kids are my world, especially Alexi. He's better to beg for forgiveness than to ask for permission.
He lied right to my face.
We don't want a hostage situation to pop off. Put the gun down. What happens next is on you. Alert MPU. Only 2 weeks from tonight on Fox.
Really good show.
The Bush Guide.
Really, really good show. Yeah, it's really good. But it's back on again since Jamie came out of his coma. Jamie Foxx. He's the producer. You know, they were saying that Jamie, and the reason I'm bringing this up because they say Jamie Foxx was cloned. Jamie Foxx hasn't come out and said anything really that much since he's came out of the coma. Is this really Jamie Foxx? It's just strange. We haven't heard nothing from this man. You know they good for cloning people and stuff. Insane. Crazy. I gotta take these bed sheets off. I need to wash it. My blanket at least. I got little ashes on it. I hate that. Even though it's not dirty, but still. I'm gonna have to go shopping next week and get some stuff. We're going on vacation soon. So I will be videotaping the beach and the jacuzzi like I did before. I'm so excited. We're just not going on the same date that we wanted to go on, but we might be going on his birthday. Hey! I'm not happy with Dave today. I'm a little upset with him. He knows I'm pissed. So he's staying far away from me. Fox. But you can go to Hulu. You got Hulu, you can go to Hulu. Yeah. Dave pissed me off today, yeah. It pissed me off. He made me mad. Tomorrow we're going to his sister's house. I'm gonna bring some watermelon and some empanadas. And then they're gonna have pizza. And that's it. So I was gonna do another live, but I know I gotta get up tomorrow and do stuff. We're not ready, but we're going to his family's house, so I don't want to, I haven't been doing night lives because number one, I be in so much pain, and I need to do something. I need to start doing this thing that I'm supposed to be doing. So, but I always have to give y'all live. I have to. Oh, you mad about the pizza? No, I'm mad because he was supposed to go to work today and he didn't go. So now he have no more sick days. Only the vacation days. So I'm pissed. Yeah, that's why I'm mad, Eva. Yeah, I'm mad. I feel like use your when you have sick days, right? Use them for an emergency. You took the sick day off yesterday because I had my procedure done. So that was important. Then I wake up and you're here. Why are you in the fucking house, nigga? Go to work. I said this morning, 5 a.m, go to work while you're here. Oh, my arm hurt. My arm hurt. My arm been hurting for 2 weeks. Your arm has not been hurting for 2 weeks because you would have said something. Goodbye. Go to work. Oh, no, I am. I'm excited about the vacation, Kathy B. No, he made me mad. I mean, Katie, he made me mad because he used his last sick day. So now we only got the vacation days left. What about if an emergency comes and he needs to take a sick day off? That's what made me upset with Dave. You know what I'm saying? These men are something else, Neva. What's going on with these men? Girl, man down, and this ages as hell. The VA passing me off. What? Yo, I swear, Neva be saying some stuff, and they'll just be making you laugh. I swear. No, it's pay. It's pay. It's pay. It's pay. But still, what about if an emergency happens and we need a sick day off? Because yesterday he took a sick day, the sick day because of my procedure I had for my back. It was a little thing I had to do for my back. You could check it on the live, but so that was important. That was okay to take that day off. You know what I'm saying? But today, another day off, the last one. So now we only got the 7 vacation days. Come on, man. You could have went in today. I keep telling him, when you get those sick and vacation days, you only get it once a year. You fly by that shit real fast. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. That pisses me off. Oh, my arm hurt. My arm. Nigga, your arm, my ass. My cootie cat, my tabs. Who gives a damn? Go to work. Bye. The fuck? No, you didn't go because you had to do the car today at the dealership place. He had to bring the car in to get something done that you have to do every time. You want to do your maintenance with the car. So he's doing that now. I gave him the stuff to do, the money for that, but my neck, my back, my pussy, and my cat. Yeah, girl. These men, my neck, my back, got an excuse for everything. Yeah. I think it was because he was tired, number one, because they do work a lot. And he be doing overtime too. Now, I can't say my man works hard and he does a lot of overtime. He do a lot of overtime. He gives a lot. He does give a lot. So I think he was overtired. And he had an appointment for the car today to be taken in to get some stuff done that you're supposed to get done every 6 months for your car. So I gave him, that so he can get that done. And I think because if he would have, but the thing is, you get off of work at 1:30 on Fridays. You get off early on Fridays. So it would have been not a problem. You get off early anyway. Men are something else. When they got something in their brain, they just don't give a fuck. You can't tell them nothing. You just can't. Now, what about if I have an emergency and I need to go, if I be admitted in the hospital or you get sick? You ain't got no more sick days, boo-boo. So you're going to have to go to work now. What you going to do? Take one of our vacation days off? I don't think so. I will go on I don't think so. You be having COVID on your ass and going to work with that shit. I don't give a damn. Goddamn, don't play with me. Now you ain't got no more sick days until next year. You just got those sick days in January. You just got them. You go buy them shits too fast. Come on, man. Get me so mad. Woke up 5 o'clock in the morning to use the bathroom and he in the toilet. He scared the hell out of me on the toilet. I said, God damn, what you still doing here? My arm. Nigga, get your ass up off the toilet. I don't care if you got shit in your ass. Go to work. Yeah. Then he gonna try to butter me up. Sweet pea, do you want something from the Spanish place? Don't try to butter me up. Yeah, he got me tight. Between him and these bird bitches, I don't know. Child. But we're going to his sister's house tomorrow. Where's another good movie to watch? Let me see something. Hold on. Do y'all watch The Good Doctor or Residence? Residence is real good. First of all, why y'all not watching Power? Y'all lost your mind. Y'all, you know what? Hold on. Let me see. Stay right there. Y'all tripping. Stay right there. Y'all is tripping. You know what I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna do a TV live every weekend. Just do Power so y'all could try to get into it. For everybody. For everybody. Because I really want y'all to get into Power. Y'all be tripping.
A suit does a lot for an image, Tariq. But it won't fool the people still watching your every move.
I mean, I made it this far, right?
Boom.
That's it, man.
You want to move product? That's exactly how we do it. Wall Street.
Ladies and gentlemen.
You think he can replace Mecca?
Oh, yeah.
He's a bad guy.
Now, if I don't see a profit, there are consequences.
Who is this bitch?
We got to move this product or we all dead. I got it.
I don't bluff, bro.
I'm in charge now, so shit about to look different.
She's coming after all of us.
Where the love go?
We have to tell him about Lauren.
We're taking that to the grave. What do you want, Tariq?
I want the truth.
5, 4, 3, 2, I let one go. Wow, get the fuck go. I don't bluff, bro. Aiming at your head like a buffalo. You a roughneck. I'm a cutthroat.
I wish things were different. This shit just got real.
5, 4, 3, 2, I let one go.
It's Monet again. She's always the problem.
She has to go, Tariq.
You're just like your father.
I'm not like my dad. I'm smarter than him. Better than him.
Woo! Baby! On fire, baby. I can't wait. Why y'all not into Power? Y'all crazy, man. Yo, you know what I'm gonna do? Did y'all just like that? Let me know if y'all just like that little clip. I'm just saying, because that shit made me hype. Mary J. Blige, she don't be playing. And that new chick, that bitch said everybody gotta go. Listen. But there's a surprise, y'all. Did y'all know? I think they bringing Ghost back. Who watches Power in here? None of y'all watch Power in here. Why am I talking to y'all? I'm gonna have to play Power and get y'all into it. I'm gonna have to play Power and get y'all into it. That means I'm gonna have to start all the way from Power season 1. Do y'all want me to do that? Put it in the comments down below. To just do like a Power series. You know what, Kathy B? I'm gonna get you. She told me I ain't even see it. I want to walk. I'm gonna get you, girl. I'm gonna play it again. You want me to play it again? I get hype when I watch Power, girl. I become Ghost. Everybody get got. The fuck? Yeah, I be bugging. Yeah, I even got Dave into Power. But the thing is, this is the last season of it, and I'm so mad. I'm so mad. You would think they killed my best friend, and I ain't even got one. I'm so mad. Neva, I know you watch Power. We're gonna have to get them into it. What you mean, no? Girl, she don't want to watch Power. You don't know what you missing. Oh my God, Kathy B. You whack. We on it. See, Neva know about the Power. Y'all on it over there in that house, right? That's what I'm talking about. But Neva, do you know that this is the last season? This is it. I think they bring it goes back. Girl, I don't watch TV because of my kids. That's what I'm saying. My phone is the only way I get to watch anything. That's what I'm saying. I want to do just like a power thing for us. Like I'll play it. I'll start all the way from part one. That's how much I love it. I'll start from season one when Tyreek was a baby. So you could see the whole scenario of ghosts and everything. It would be so cool, y'all. Come on. Yeah, Neva, this is the last season of Power. But I think that they bring in Ghost back. You would like that, Katie? Really? Katie, you for real? Because Katie haven't done a movie night with us yet because she'd be so busy with the kids. You would like that? Oh my God, that is so exciting. Right here. Like, that would be cool. Yeah, all right, cool. Neva. Neva into Power. So she already seen it. I'm sure she's seen part 1, 2. Let me tell y'all something. What? Kathy B. Kathy B. Kathy, pow pow on you. No. Kathy B said, please no. Why? I think it's because of the current environment they want to hold back from you now. No, you know what I think it is? The money. They're paying Mary J. Blige more money than any of them on the set. And Mario said that he wasn't mad that they let him go. He was mad the way it went down about his son taking him out. It was never supposed to be like that. It was never supposed to be like that. They asked Mario to come back last year. They asked him, yeah. When he was doing the movie with was it Mary J. Blige? Not Mary J. Blige, with Jennifer Lopez or somebody. Was it Jennifer Lopez? Who was he doing a movie with? Mario. He was doing a movie with somebody. It was called Mother, because me and Dave watched it. When he was doing that movie, they asked him to come back. Let me show you. I'm gonna show you right now the interview. Hold on. Kathy B is being mean, y'all. Kathy B is being very mean. But I do have another one for y'all. Do y'all know what this is? So I was doing the story of Adam Walsh. Right? This one? Kathy B said, no, I'm just honest. I want you to be in that show. So I want you to watch Power so bad. Okay, so look, I was doing the story with Adam Walsh, with his John Walsh's son, Adam Walsh, was murdered years ago, right? This person, Willis Moore, me and him been talking. I'm gonna be interviewing him. He was at the mall when John Walsh Adams' son was there, when the other serial killer was also there. Now, I have been new about this. It's been a while now. This is nothing new. I just didn't tell y'all front up about it, but I did put it on my Facebook. Yeah. It's been a while. I did put it on my Facebook. So I will be interviewing him. Willis Morgan. Jeffrey Donald. Let me just show y'all a few things. Hold up. Matter of fact, why don't we do it like this? I'll call him so you guys can say hi to him. Let's see if he answers. Now he was, oh, hold on. Hey, love. Hey, hold on. Just say hi to everybody. He's driving. I don't like to talk to people a lot when they really driving, and he can't turn his camera. It's going on. But yes, so when he says hi, guys, if you guys heard him, so he is Willis Morgan. Okay. Yeah, you remember talking, but yeah, I was talking about him a while now. I got to get into it. Okay, so I did. Matter of fact, let's check this out, guys. I got something for you. Hold on. I'm so excited. I can't wait to interview him. Okay, so Neva, he was in the mall when Jeffrey Donald was in there. When Adam Walsh was taken. Remember the day? Remember Adam Walsh was taken in the whole America's Most Wanted thing. Remember Adam Walsh and John Walsh from America's Most Wanted? Well, guess who Jeffrey Donald was talking to that day in the mall? Him. And thank God he ignored him because he would have been the next victim. Let's look into his stuff. Yes, his son. Yes. Well, he was one of the victims in the mall. Neva? Yes. Now you know that they saying that they got the guy that killed his son, right? This guy that just said hi to you all, him, he's the frustrated witness, Willis Morgan. Because he's saying, you guys got the wrong guy. Jeffrey Donald did this. And why? There's a lot to know about it, and he's going to tell you guys everything. Jeffrey Donald stopped him in the mall that day. The day that, yes, I don't know about that. Yes, girl. Matter of fact, I talked about the Adam Walsh case when I had resentness on my platform, when me and her was all right before she started being shady. Because she was doing the paper boy, the milk carton boy. And I said, well, since you're doing the milk carton boy, I'm going to cover the John Walsh case and Adam Walsh. So I said to her, well, come on my platform, and you know how I do. I invite people on my platform and stuff like that. So, honey, let me just show you some things about this. Y'all think this is crazy? Take a ride with me. Check this out. So this is him, Willis Morgan. I'm going to call him later. Again, after he gets off driving. I hate, oh my God, even when I interview parents and they're driving, it makes me nervous. But it's an interview, so I don't want to interview you until you get home, but it does make me nervous. So I'd rather for him to get home and get off the road first. Gotta take it easy. I'm in Jamaica voice. You know what I say with the song? Neva is off the hooks. You know that song? The shit she be saying, I'm telling y'all. All right, so this is, he does have a YouTube channel, and I'm going to put it down below. I'm going to put it down. The day the abduction of Adam Walsh.
We'll take a break now. We'll come back and hear from another eyewitness, Mia Taylor, who was on site that day and also had an encounter. Stay tuned. That's coming your way right here on Coast to Coast AM. Tonight, frustrated witnesses, as we talk about the abduction and murder of Adam Walsh. We've been talking with Willis Morgan, who is the author of Frustrated Witness, his website, justiceforadam.com and frustratedwitness.com. You can find much more information, photographs, as he just mentioned, the side-by-side comparisons of Jeffrey Dahmer at the time and the sketches that were made of the man. That's all on file on the website. You can find all of that there. Go check it out and investigate this for yourself. Aside from Willis Morgan, there were other eyewitnesses that were on site and willing to share their story. Joining us right now, Mia Taylor was one of the many witnesses that were at the Hollywood Mall on the day Adam Walsh was abducted. And I believe authorities have never even contacted Mia. She was at the mall with her mother and brother the day Adam was abducted, as well as the day before. She saw Adam walk out with Jeffrey Dahmer. She recognized Dahmer because the day before he had an interaction with her brother. Let's welcome to the show, Mia. Mia, thank you for joining us this evening.
Hi, Dave. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for sharing the story. I know it's a bizarre thing to have to kind of re-examine.
Hold on, y'all. That's not what I was looking for, but give me 1 second. Hold on.
But the most explosive and most publicized case centered around the kidnapping, torture, and beheading of a wide-eyed, freckled-faced little boy named Adam Walsh.
I always say if you could order the sun out of a catalog, that would be the little boy you would order. And I loved him more than anything in the world.
John Walsh and his wife Reve have replayed that day over and over. One moment, Adam is playing video games at a Sears store. The next minute, he's gone, vanished. There were shoppers all around, even a security guard. It was the middle of the day, yet no one really saw much of anything.
Unfortunately, none of them panned out, and we really don't think we have a good, solid witness that saw what happened to Adam.
The sun went down, the store closed, and Adam was nowhere to be found.
Reve put signs all over the car. Adam, we're still looking for you. Adam, please stay here, anything. And, when nightfall came, it was unbearable because now it wasn't light out anymore. And that's when the harsh reality comes in that your things are not going the right way.
Now, remember,
it's unbearable.
His son's head was chopped off.
A massive search was launched. Helicopters looked from above, while friends of the Walshes, even strangers, walked through fields, combed the area, hoping for a sign or a clue, but none came.
We'd appreciate anyone with any information about him or have seen him or think they saw him to please call the Hollywood police.
Where was Adam? It would be a while before this man would say he knew where Adam was, and the others too. Was it possible? Could one man be the common thread between all these murders? Locked in a prison cell for burning down 2 buildings, a 2-bit arsonist in Florida, a man named Otis Toole, began confessing to murder. Confessing to killing the women in Bonifay.
This is the man that is locked up for taking that little boy, which is John Walsh's son, Adam Walsh, from America's Most Wanted. But This guy, the one that I just spoke to, he says they got the wrong guy. It was Jeffrey Donnell, because he spoke to Jeffrey Donnell, and well, Jeffrey Donnell spoke to him in the mall that day, and he was seen in the mall that day. And not only that, he was seen at the crime scene also, and he was seen taking another child that day. They had the wrong man, but the frustrated witness, he's got to tell it all to you. I've been talking to this guy, just never told y'all about it. But I said, why not? Because I said it on Facebook. I mean, everybody's seen it on Facebook. But I said, it's time to tell y'all on YouTube now.
The sheriff's
Who's just
father,
waiting for the interview.
even the brutal slaying of 6-year-old Adam Walsh. Was he really
It says I
capable of
got
such
the wrong,
heinous
I need
acts?
to get the new copy.
According to local lore in Jacksonville, Florida, Toole's hometown, as a young boy, he could be found wandering among the tombstones, digging for bones, doing the devil's work. After his mother died, a 34-year-old Toole would sometimes sleep on her grave.
I really got into that, got into devil worship all the way.
When he's asked about his crimes, he moves as in a trance and then gleefully confesses to murder.
Someone's been cut wide open. Someone's been with a head, arms,
crazy,
and
though. I ain't
legs,
gonna
and all that cut up.
Detectives searched his face looking for a sign of the rottenness inside, looked into his eyes, and swore they saw Satan himself. Toole was trouble with a capital T, and trouble seems to always find trouble. So it was no real surprise when he hooked up with a convicted murderer, Henry Lee Lucas. They met at a soup kitchen in Jacksonville, soon became lovers, and moved in together at Toole's mother's house. Lucas had killed his own mother when he was 23.
They had nothing to do but travel around and roam around. Apparently they had no gainful employment. They just went around stealing and moving on, trying to stay ahead of the game.
And what a deadly game they played until their capture in 1983. Lucas was arrested, convicted, and sentenced to life in prison in Texas for the murder of 9 people. Toole was picked up for arson in Florida. Now they played with police, sending them down a dozen different pathways, drawing pictures of their victims, and boasting about their murders.
Well, I've killed by strangulation, I've killed by knifing, I've killed by hit and runs, shootings, robberies, hangings, every type of crime, I've done it.
It became a gruesome game of one-upmanship.
Some of them would be shot in the head, and the back of the head, and behind the ear, and in the chest.
It's just like going out and butchering a hog, really. There's no difference.
Lucas bragged to police that he killed more than 600 men, women, and children. Toole claimed 125 victims. Could Otis Toole have killed hundreds of people? And what about Adam Walsh? Was this self-professed serial killer the face behind Florida's most famous murder mystery?
Lots of memories about him, how kind he was to everybody. He was the light of everybody's life, and he certainly was of mine. I waited my whole life to have that little boy.
Memories are all John Walsh has left because on July 27, 1981, 6-year-old Adam was kidnapped from a mall in Hollywood, Florida.
There's the parents of Adam Walsh, who's been missing since yesterday noon from the Hollywood Sears Mall on Hollywood Boulevard. 6.5 years old.
Reve Walsh, his mother, left Adam here, right at a new video game display, while she went a few aisles away to check out a lamp that was on sale. She left him for just a moment. And in that heart-stopping moment, Adam was gone. Police were baffled. How could a little boy disappear from a crowded store in the middle of the day? The parking lot full of shoppers. The police station just across the street. Who could pull off such a crime and not leave a single clue behind? Then, 2 weeks later, a grisly discovery.
the worst that we could have imagined happened.
Adam's head was found in a canal about 125 miles north of the mall.
We think we gave it our best effort to bring him back. I just wish it had a happier ending.
Adam evidently was too good for this world. He was much greater than this world.
What kind of a monster could commit such a wicked act? 2 years later, a two-bit arsonist behind bars for burning down a couple of buildings in Jacksonville, Florida, would drop a bombshell. He claimed he wanted to come clean about the murder of a little boy.
He made admissions that he had killed a young boy from the Fort Lauderdale area and killed him and took him and dumped his body. Very.
Hey, Cynthia. Hey, boo. But they're saying that they got the wrong guy. The police are very admitted that this is the right person. They're saying, no, this is the right guy. But there's other witnesses that are saying this is not the right guy. You got the wrong guy. They're saying that Jeffrey Donnell, the serial killer, was the guy that killed Adam Walsh. Why? Because he was at the crime scene. And there's other witnesses, like Frustrated Witness, who I'm going to be interviewing. That I've been said this weeks ago on Facebook that I was going to be doing this. He was at the crime. He was there at the mall. Imagine a serial killer coming up to you, talking to you. That's some creepy shit. But you don't know he's a serial killer. You don't know that. You just think he's just a regular goofy guy. But your instinct tells you, baby, don't even talk to him. And that's exactly what Morgan did, kept it moving. But he did follow Jeffrey Donnell because he said that he seemed weird. And he followed him right into that store where he decided to snatch Adam Walsh. This might not be the right guy. Is this John Walsh's son? Yes. But this guy right here, I just called him. He just said hi to everybody. I will be interviewing him. He was the witness that was there that is saying they got the wrong guy. Frustrated Witness. He's saying, no, it wasn't this guy. So it's like, wait a minute, hold up. Could it be that
Tonight, we are focused on True Crime Tuesday, talking about a case that has captivated the world for many years, since 1981, when 6-year-old Adam Walsh was abducted from the Hollywood Mall back on July 27th, 1981. His severed head found at the Florida Turnpike. No one could have guessed what it would take police almost 30 years to find the culprit, or that they had still gotten it all so wrong.
they all
Willis
were
Morgan, our
affiliated?
guest,
True.
was an eyewitness at the mall the day Adam was taken. But rather than feel relief when the Hollywood Police Department finally convicted a suspect, he felt sick and frustrated. Let's,
Right.
Tim, do we have that audio from the release? And I want to talk more with our guest about this, but this kind of plays nicely with the press release I just read. There was a news story, for those of you that have been following the case, where they claim to have wrapped this case up in a tidy little package with a bow. And let's go to that audio and hear what they had to say. Okay.
But let's get right to that breaking news out of Florida today. Police say they have finally solved the 1981 killing of 6-year-old Adam Walsh. Adam's father is John Walsh, host of America's Most Wanted, and he gave a very emotional, gut-wrenching news conference just a short time ago where he told the story of 27 years of pain and suffering for him and his family as they waited for some closure in this case.
For 27 years, we've been asking, who could take a 6-year-old boy and murder him and decapitate him? Who? We needed to know. We needed to know. And today we know. The not knowing has been a torture, but that journey's over. And a lot of horrible memories in this police department, looking for that little boy. And now I think it's only fitting that it ends here in this police department. And there are a lot of good people here today. I always, for years, I tried to convince myself that justice delayed was not justice denied.
Now, he was very sure that they had the right guy. He was very sure. That was the father. He was very sure that they had the right guy. But did they really?
The hood of my neighbor's Hollywood, Florida, and later found decapitated. The horror of the event would change America forever and bring about much-needed changes to child protection and safety laws. Willis Morgan was at the Hollywood Mall on the same day. It was there he had an unnerving encounter with serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer, known as the Milwaukee Cannibal, just before Adam went missing. However, his witness statements about Dahmer were rejected by police, and he watched in frustration as they investigated and convicted Otis Toole, knowing they had the wrong man. Frustrated Witness details the various eyewitness accounts of the events of that fateful day in the mall and major flaws in the police investigation in an attempt to right a wrong that continues to haunt him. This is the account of Adam Walsh's abduction and my attempt stretching across decades to find justice for him, Morgan writes. As much as this book is a case for Jeffrey Dahmer being Adam's murderer, it is equally a study of how the Hollywood Police Department, HPD, conducted the homicide investigation. Morgan has left no stone unturned in his quest for truth, and Frustrated Witness includes an incredible array of evidence he gathered, piece by painstaking piece, to prove Dahmer committed the murder of Adam Walsh. This includes statements of witnesses he tracked down, crime scenes he uncovered, police investigative reports he researched, an analysis of suspect composites, and even the sordid details of Dahmer's murky past before he came to be known as America's most notorious serial killer. The book that we're featuring this evening is Frustrated Witness, the complete story of the Adam Walsh case and police misconduct. With my special guest, journalist and author, Willis Morgan. Welcome back to the program, and thank you very much for agreeing to this interview, Willis Morgan.
Well, thank you, Dan.
Thank you very much. Incredible book. I think it's safe to say that this is going to change people's minds in a lot of ways about this case, the Adam Walsh case, and about Jeffrey Dahmer as well. Tell us about who you were, what you were doing, what was your position July 27th, 1981? What were you doing at that time at the Miami Herald press room? Tell us a little bit about what position you were in at that time before we talk about July 27th, 1981 and your trip to Hollywood Mall.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm originally from New York, and I moved down to South Florida after I got out of the Air Force, following my parents who down here. They had moved while I was in the Air Force. So I came down in 1972 to Miami, and I took a job with the Miami Herald, working as a trainee in the press room, in the printing department. So I was there since 1972. And 4 years after I was there, I became the training supervisor. And so I had a job as a supervisor in 1981. We were working a 4-day work week, 10 hours a day, 40 hours a week. So my days off were Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So Monday was my slowest day off, or my middle day off, I should say. So I decided on Monday, July 27th, 1981, to go to the Hollywood Mall because I wanted to get lunch there at the German deli. But before I went down to the deli, I stopped in Walden's bookstore, browsed around, didn't buy anything though, and I headed down to the deli. But since Radio Shack was on the same side of the mall that I was on, I decided to stop into Radio Shack. And it was in Radio Shack that I had an encounter that would become something that would change my life and become a part of me forever, because that encounter was so bizarre and so strange that I actually followed this guy after he left, thinking that somebody else was going to be in trouble. And I actually watched him walk through the mall, turn into Sears, go to the backside, west side of Sears, and then turn to the right, and then into the toy department. I stood there for a minute wondering what this guy was doing. He never came back out. I'm thinking, well, maybe he's playing the video game. So I just turned.
Now, let me tell you something. This is the same thing Willis told me on FaceTime. So he's not capping. This is exactly what he told me on FaceTime, guys. Yeah. It's crazy, Monique. This is so crazy.
Turned around and left. And ever since that day, I've regretted that. In fact, I regretted it so much that a week later, or even less than a week, I don't remember, it was a few days at least later, that I joined one of the search teams. And we were searching people's backyards, garbage cans, everything, looking for anything that could have belonged to Adam. They made a list and handed it out to everybody and explained what Adam was wearing and keep an eye out if we see anything like that. We never found anything.
Thank you, Katie.
Take us back to July 27th, though, 1981. Okay. After you see him go to the toy department, again, you've had this encounter with a strange man, and we didn't talk about what he actually says to you. Tell us what he says to you and why you were alarmed, and how good a look do you get at this person?
Yeah, it wasn't just what he said. It was his whole demeanor, his posture, his persona, everything about him. He was so disheveled, and he had this dead, dull, blank look in his eyes as he was smiling. I mean, it was just very strange. And what happened was I walked into Radio Shack, and I started walking to the right side of this aisle that ran down the middle of the store. And there was a table right at the front of that aisle, and it had a sign saying red tag sale. And there were a lot of items on the table, and I picked something up that caught my eye, and I was looking at it. And that's when I noticed this guy standing at the entrance to Radio Shack. And in my peripheral vision, so I look up, and I see this young, disheveled man standing there. And he was smiling at me, like I said, with his dead, dull look in his eyes, but yet trying to be friendly. And he says to me, "Hi there. Nice day, isn't it?" And I'm thinking, oh, boy, this guy wants a conversation or something, So I didn't answer him, thinking that once you say something, that initiates more conversation.
Right.
So I just looked back to the table, the item that I was looking at. But instead of leaving, he came into the Radio Shack and came right up to me. And he repeated again, standing arm's length from me, and in a very loud tone, the same thing. "Hi there. Nice day, isn't it?" And it was at that point that I didn't answer again that things became very, very strange and very tense, like I said, because he was intent on having a conversation with me, and I wouldn't respond. And just to keep it short, like I hope the entire encounter lasted maybe for 2-3 minutes. He said he actually stood over me, staring at me while I'm not responding. And so finally, he turned around and just stomped out of the Radio Shack. And my first feelings were relief that he left. But then I'm thinking, he's going to go up to somebody else, and somebody's going to need some help. This guy is very, very dangerous. I mean, this is the feeling I had, just that look about him. And so I went to the Radio Shack entrance, and I looked down the mall, the main hallway, And at first I didn't see him, but then I saw he crossed over to the other side and was just meandering real slow into the mall. So I was watching him, and I watched him walk up to the Sears entrance, the interior entrance of the mall, and then he turned right into Sears. And he, like I said, he walked all the way to the Radio Shack, to the toy department, I'm sorry. And I was keeping an eye on him the whole time. But I turned around and left. And when I went home that very same evening, I happened to be in the kitchen, and I had a TV on in the living room, and I hear on the local news, they were talking about a young boy that went missing. And all of a sudden they said Hollywood Mall, the time, the location, the Sears toy department. And right away I'm thinking, that guy, it was that guy, he did it. Because everything matched. The time, this was around noon, 12:30. And I knew it had to be that guy. Just didn't know his name. I didn't know who that guy was. He never said his name. So anyway, that was Monday. Tuesday, I told a couple friends, my neighbor, they encouraged me to go to the police, but I didn't go. On Thursday, or Wednesday, I should say, when I went back to work Wednesday night, I was telling coworkers about this. And it was the coworkers that encouraged me to go to the police. And that's when I finally decided I will go. And so I went there Thursday, first thing in the morning, and I tried to tell them about the encounter I had in the Radio Shack the same day. The detective that I spoke to was very dismissive. He did not, very condescending as well, very arrogant, dismissive, and condescending. That was the impression I got. In fact, the actual impression I was thinking at the time was he must have.
Now, let me tell you what he said right here. He said, this is the account of Adam Walsh abduction and why Jeffrey Donnell began Adam Walsh's murder. It is equally a study of how the Hollywood Police Department, HPD, conducted the homicide investigation. This police department has become the greatest ally of America's most notorious serial killer by refusing to consider him a suspect. And he gets into, he went to the police and told them.
I didn't know who that guy was. He never said his name. So anyway, that was Monday. Tuesday, I told a couple friends, my neighbor, they encouraged me to go to the police, but I didn't go. On Thursday, or Wednesday, I should say, when I went back to work Wednesday night, I was telling coworkers about this. And it was the coworkers that encouraged me to go to the police. And that's when I finally decided I will go. And so I went there Thursday, first thing in the morning, and I tried to tell them about the encounter I had in the Radio Shack the same day. The detective that I spoke to was very dismissive. He did not, very condescending as well, very arrogant, dismissive, and condescending. That was the impression I got. In fact, the actual impression I was thinking at the time was he must have been on light duty and they just stuck him on his desk in the main lobby because they had a desk set up specially just for this case. Right. And I was trying to tell him what happened, but he only wanted to know if I had a receipt to prove I was there and if I had seen the vehicle and the tag number. And I tried to explain to him this was inside the mall, never went outside. So in short, he basically took my name, phone number, and said if they need me, they'll get back to me. But they never got back to me. Nobody's ever called me, nothing. And then a few days later, I started seeing composites showing up in the newspapers. And some of those composites were the spitting image of this guy that I had this encounter with. And when I say spitting image, to me, they were the spitting image, but close enough that I knew that we were talking about the same guy. Whoever made those composites saw the same person that I saw, that I had that encounter with. Okay. So my thinking was, well, at least I have their composites. There's nothing more I can do. So I just let it go. I never really did much, but I keep following the story in the newspaper. And I said I did join one of the search teams. And so I was keeping up with this. And then I started reading articles about how they were going after John Walsh's house guest because he had this house guest living in his house. His name was James Campbell. And while John Walsh was out to work, apparently what I was reading in the papers there was that James was having an affair with Reve. I mean, I didn't read this then. That part wasn't in the paper. But later on, when I got the case files, I found out. But anyways, James Campbell was living with John Walsh, and he apparently was having an affair with Reve, and he proposed marriage to her, and she turned him down because she had a son with John. So at the time, the police were thinking they had their motive and their suspect, because they were thinking, you get rid of the kid and you get the wife. And on that day, they were saying, this was in the paper at the time, that John Walsh and James Campbell are the only two people that knew Reve was going to that mall. So they really concentrated on James Campbell. In the meantime, while they were concentrating on him, there were other incidents that mirrored the Hollywood Mall abduction. Witnesses from all over South Florida were calling the Hollywood Police Department, as well as police chiefs from these other cities: South Beach, Deerfield, Riviera Beach, which is north of West Palm Beach, Plantation, and Composites Match, the Hollywood Mall. But they were dismissing all these other witnesses. They were dismissing even the police chiefs that were calling them, and even making up their own police reports and hand-delivering them to the Hollywood Police Department. They were dismissing everything. They were so convinced, the lead detective, Jack Hoffman, was so convinced that James Campbell was a suspect that he dismissed the blue van, even though all these other locations had a blue van, a white suspect that was around 6 feet tall. And like I say, some of the composites were the spitting image of the Hollywood Mall composite. But according to the lead detective, Jack Hoffman, back then, there's an article in the defunct Hollywood Sunset that said that the Hollywood Police Department thought they had their biggest lead in the case when there was an attempted abduction in the Riviera Twin City Mall, because the composites matched and there was a blue van involved. And like I said, everything matched. But the problem is, those composites, even though they matched the composites from the Hollywood Mall, none of them matched James Campbell. So instead of dismissing James Campbell, they dismissed all the witnesses from the Riviera Beach incident and the Hollywood Mall. And he also dismissed the blue van. So
right. And he told me about that in our conversation. There was other witnesses that came forward, and they just dismissed them. How insane is that? You have other witnesses that says, hey, I saw that guy with the blue van, the same van, and you just ignore it. Like the witnesses don't mean shit. Well, why call and why tell people if you have a lead, call the department or call 911 or somebody if you're just going to dismiss what the witnesses have to say? No reason. He says his book, he's the frustrated witness. I would call, that's a nice title for a book. He was a frustrated witness.
He never told anybody about dismissing.
You're going to hear this in the interview that I do with him.
Passed out to hundreds of police cars, and they had them attached to the inside of their car. And they were looking for blue vans everywhere, stopping hundreds and hundreds of them. They say there was like over 7,000 blue vans that were searched at that time.
I'm
it was like one of
changing
the
the thumbnail,
biggest
y'all.
vehicle searches in the history of the state of Florida. In fact, if you had a blue van and you made a U-turn, the police considered you trying to get away, and they would pull you over and give you extra scrutiny. If you had a blue van and you tried to sell it or you sold it, they would consider you trying to get rid of evidence, and then they would really give you more scrutiny, as well as that vehicle. They were going to junkyards looking for blue vans and doing searches everywhere. But all while Jack Hoffman had dismissed the blue van.
Tell us about your second encounter with this mystery man at Hollywood Mall.
Yes.
3 weeks later.
I know sometimes I don't like talking about the second encounter because this sounds so odd, but it's the truth.
Sure.
The reason is the odds of meeting the same suspect twice, seems like the odds are very, very, very slim.
Oh.
But about 3 weeks later, after that first encounter, like I said, I worked for a newspaper. So, Miami Herald is a morning newspaper. So we work on the graveyard shift, basically, the late shift, producing the paper. So I would get off of work sometimes around 5 o'clock. We didn't really have time clocks,
Please
so
share
whenever
this
we
video,
finished is
y'all.
when we got off.
Katie, share this for me.
And I live in the
Dr.
first
B.
town over the county line north of Miami, which is about 18 miles north of where I work. So by the time I get home, it's close to 5:30 because there's no traffic at that time of the morning. And I was pulling onto my street that I live on, which was Bedford Avenue. It's a dead-end street. And I noticed before I even turned onto the street that there was this vehicle behind me. I didn't pay attention, but then when I made a right, the vehicle made a right. I made a left, the vehicle made a left.
Thank
And
you,
as I
babe.
turned
No need to
onto
share the
Bedford
two.
Avenue, the vehicle turned onto the same street. And I'm thinking, I didn't really think anything of it. So I'm thinking, this is the time of the morning where they do the home deliveries. And they were just doing home deliveries. So I didn't pay attention until I pulled up front of my house. And I had my boat in the driveway. So I parallel parked on the street. And the van, the blue van, pulled alongside my car. I had a 77 Pontiac Catalina. And I pulled up alongside. The guy rolls his window down as I'm getting out of my car. And he says to me, "Hey, do you have insurance?"
What?
And I didn't answer. He says, "You know, you almost hit me. I need to see your insurance." So I turned to him and I said, "Almost doesn't count." And I went inside. And I thought that was kind of strange. You know, why did he need insurance? I didn't hit him. So I went inside. I was in the bedroom taking my things out of my pocket. Then I decided, I don't know, that was just kind of too strange. So I decided, let me go to the kitchen and look out the window, see what this guy's doing, if he's still here or not. I look out the window and the van's still there. And I look and I see the guy is not in his van. See him sitting on the hood of my neighbor's car, which was also parallel parked on the street in front of a house. He was sitting on the hood, which was facing the same direction as my car, and he was just staring at my car. I started to get a knife out of the kitchen drawer. I was going to go back outside, but I wanted to, be armed with something. Then I'm thinking, no, that's not a good idea. Let me go get my gun. So I go into the bedroom, I get my Beretta, my 38 Smith & Wesson, make sure it's loaded, because a lot of times they don't keep the first chamber loaded. I wanted to make sure I had it on a chamber that was ready to go. And I go outside, but he was gone. And it was at that time when it took me a while to realize that's the same guy from the mall.
Okay, let's stop. Now, he told me about the first encounter on the phone. He didn't get to tell me about this one because we're going to do a whole interview. But listen to what he says. I never said anything about the second encounter to anyone because I was afraid I would lose credibility. And believe me, I would have lost credibility. The HPD would have used this against me to portray me as just wanting to inject myself into the case or being unreliable and even crazy in order to further certify their cover-up. I wasn't even going to mention it here. I wasn't even going to mention it here, but I wanted the full truth to be told. Even if there aren't doubtables, and there will always be doubtables, and at the art of running into Jeffrey Donald, not once but twice, were slim. Then again, there are very few cars on the round at 5 a.m. Stalking. Jeffrey Donald was stalking him. He was the next victim, probably. Because remember, Jeffrey Donald liked men. This is creepy, y'all. Let's continue.
At first, because I wasn't paying attention to him. I was trying to ignore him. So I didn't put it together until I got my gun and went outside. And I'm thinking, that's the guy. And so I immediately ran back inside, got my car keys, and I ran back outside, got my car, and of course I had my gun with me, so that helps. And I started searching everywhere for him, and I couldn't find him. He just disappeared into the streets.
This is deep.
I wouldn't know till they released the case files that I was looking through the files, and I saw just a block from my house where another witness called in that blue van and said that the van and the guy matched the composites from the Hollywood Mall. So I'm thinking, he was there. That has to be this guy.
See?
But, more than that, there's nothing to prove that it was him, but 100% certain. And when I see the mugshot of Jeffrey Dahmer that was taken just 2 months after Adam's abduction, because when Dahmer was fired from his job, he was working down here at a sub shop. He got fired in late September and went back to Ohio. On October 7th, he got arrested for disorderly conduct and had a mugshot taken. And that mugshot is the closest similarity to the person that was in the Hollywood Mall, because his hair is still long, he's still got his Florida tan, and it looks just like the guy that was sitting on my neighbor's car and that I encountered in the Radio Shack. And I knew that was him. That's the guy. It was Jeffrey Dahmer. There's no question. In fact, I knew when I saw that photo. I knew the day Jeffrey Dahmer there was an article in the paper, and we were doing paper checks in 1991, and there was a story. It was on page 8A of this guy that was arrested in Milwaukee for doing some pretty horrendous things in his apartment up there. And I didn't even know at that time that this guy was ever in Florida. This was just a story about Milwaukee. But when I got to page 8A and I saw this little mugshot, I recognized the guy instantaneously. And I started freaking out. I started saying, hey, this is the guy. This is the guy I saw in the mall that day, you know? And so anyway, I took that paper, and since I worked for a newspaper, I called what we call the library. The library is a storage room, actually, because back in those days, they didn't have computers, so they stored hard copies of all the Miami Herald papers, and they would do research. But if you wanted research done, you had to have a pretty close idea of a date, which I did, July 27th, 1981. Because remember, this was 1991, 10 years later, almost to the week. I called the library up and I asked them, I said, you remember the deposit that ran in the paper of the from the Adam Walsh abduction? And they said, yes, of course. And I said, it was July 27th, 1981. A few days after that, the composites started showing, can you send me the composite? And they did. What I didn't realize until 2008, when they closed the case, they sent me the wrong composite. They sent me one from one of those other incidents, and that mirrored the Hollywood Mall. And I took it back to the police department with the newspaper, the mugshot from the paper. And I showed it to them. I said, look, this is the guy that I saw in the mall. The first thing they want to know is, well, before he's the one coming in now, how come he didn't come into 1981? I said, but I did come in 81. They had no clue that I was ever there, you know, that detective that I talked at the front desk actually was a police officer in full uniform that I talked to. Apparently he didn't pass his notes on. So nobody knew anything that I was there. But their jaws dropped when I showed them the mugshot, because there was a spitting image. And you've seen it, Dan, the mugshot, as well as the composite. They are a perfect match. And they knew, Detective Jack Hoffman, who was still on the case, knew that that mugshot was from the Twin City Mall that he dismissed, as well as all these other incidents that he kept dismissing. So what did he do? He goes into full cover-up mode. And it was about that time when all the artist tool evidence grew legs and walked off. You know, even the Hollywood Police Department says evidence was lost. So evidence
let's talk about
doesn't get lost, is what I was going to say. I believe it was expunged. And who had the most to lose was Jack Hoffman.
Let's talk about the artist tool, what he said, because we glossed over that. He confessed in 1983 to be able to explain Jack Hoffman and everyone else's behavior afterward at Hollywood Police Department. Let's talk about what artist tool said and why. How was he in a situation to say anything to these investigators about Adam Walsh?
Right. Well,
as you do in the book, tell us about that.
Right. Artist Tool injected himself not only into the Adam Walsh case, but into hundreds, literally hundreds of cases throughout the United States. And police departments all over the country were coming down to interview him in Jacksonville, where he was, at the Duval County Jail, to interview him so they can close cases in their cities. And many cases were closed all over the country until police started realizing that the timelines were clashing. You can't be on both East Coast and West Coast at the same time committing murders. So one by one, they had to reopen their cases and dismiss Artist Tool as nothing but a tall tale and a liar and a storyteller. That's every police department except for one. That's the Hollywood Police Department. They still kept going after him for months afterwards. And in the beginning, he was getting his stories so wrong. He claimed it was in January. He claimed that, everything, the
I'm sorry,
description
y'all.
of Adam,
I'm
he
just
got
looking at a
wrong. What
case
Adam
before I
was
want to be
wearing, he
talking.
got wrong. He got everything wrong until about the fourth interview. Because
How many lives could have been saved if they would have listened, right? If they would have took these people's advice and checked up on things and did what they were supposed to do as an investigator and not ignore, more lives could have been saved. This is horrible. But the crazy thing is that Adam Walsh still believes that they got the right man. He still believes they got the right man. I was looking at another case that somebody just sent me. I'm sorry, y'all. But he still believes they got the right man.
these cops, these detectives, kept feeding them information unwittingly. They would show him crime scene photos of where the severed head was found so he could recollect his memory, of what happened. And so they were feeding this information. In fact, by the fourth interview, Jack Hoffman said to Otis Toole, he says, Otis, because Otis Toole claimed when he was getting the information wrong that it was because he was intoxicated. So by the fourth interview, he started getting the answers all correct to conform what the detectives wanted the answers to be. And Jack Hoffman says to him, says, Otis, are you sure you were intoxicated? Because you're getting all the answers right now. After he gave him the answer.
Sure.
And even the Hollywood Police Department, though, after about 4 months, dismissed Otis Toole. So Otis Toole was totally dismissed. In fact, I called one of the lead detectives, the second lead detective, Ron Hickman, and I talked to him. And this is after they closed the case. And I told him about the police chief closing the case. At first, he had no clue who I was. He said he's been on the case since its inception. He's never heard of me.
Right.
And then he started saying, oh, yes, I do remember you now because I remember reading about a lawsuit, because I filed lawsuits against the Hollywood Police Department and one of the detectives over there named Joe Matthews, as well as a lawsuit against the state attorney's office because we're all covering up facts in the case. And so he remembered the lawsuit. And I asked him, I said, listen, Ron, when the Hollywood police chief closed the case, in his statement, he said, police and detectives and investigators, past and present, all believed Otis Toole was the suspect. And he goes to me, he goes, well, they know I don't. And so he said that to me personally. But then when you go back in the case files and read all their statements, every one of them dismissed Otis Toole. Otis Toole was totally dismissed until Joe Matthews decided to make Otis Toole the suspect, because Joe Matthews has always wanted Otis Toole to be the suspect.
You talk about Joe Matthews also wanting to be an author. Now tell us a little bit about the book and if that had any relation to or any motivation for his Otis Toole as his main suspect for Adam Walsh.
And that is just a little bit of what I'm going to tell y'all about the interview of what I'll be doing with the frustrated witness. Can't tell y'all everything. So go check out his website, go check out his book, go order it, check it out. Willis Morgan, he's a good guy. I've been talking to him for a while. And it's just sad because I love the title, The Frustrated Witness. He was very frustrated. And he's seen something. He tried to help. They failed. The police department, the whole town, the whole city, they failed. The mayor, the police, they all failed. They all failed. He feels in his heart that they got the wrong guy. There's other witnesses that says they got the wrong guy. But the police and John Walsh, Adam Walsh's father, he says they got the right guy. What do you think? I would be getting more into this with you guys. I'm going to fix the thumbnail because it's just fair for me to have him on the thumbnail as well. Since we did talk about it. But yeah, it's crazy. It really is. You know? I don't know. Yeah. They're taking their word because they're known. Yeah, it's crazy. But that's just a little something I wanted to give y'all. You know what I mean? Gave y'all a lot. I gave y'all a lot. I must say, I gave y'all a lot today. I gave y'all 2 serial killers, goddammit. You know what I'm saying? But I am gonna fix the thumbnail. So let me do that. And then what I'm gonna do is put this private. And then I'm gonna put it public because I gotta fix the thumbnail. So you know what I mean? But I want to say thank y'all for joining me. We was on for a few hours today, right? We started at 12. It's 3:15. So thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. You guys rock like always. And thank you for supporting me always and just keeping it 100. I got the most amazing, realist people that got my back always. And I love y'all so much. Thank y'all. Y'all know who y'all are. And y'all know who y'all not are. Okay? Oh, we have an interview this Sunday at 8 p.m. And then in a few more weeks, we have another interview. But I'm going to be looking into some other stuff. Yeah, I'm going to be looking into actually. I might need y'all help a little bit just to. I'm going to hit y'all up. Y'all know who y'all are. I'm going to hit y'all up behind the scene. But yeah, we're going to do a little something different. The way we did it today, because y'all like the serial killers and all that and stuff like that. I also want to do another theme. Because we got to have survivors, right? We got to have survivors. Hit us up. You already know. You already know. I love y'all so much. I'm going to check y'all later. Let me just get some stuff together. I'm going to check y'all later on. All right? All right. Peace, y'all.